tuning in to both streams today.
Didn't feel that.
Sorry, there was...
No! Oh!
Oh my God.
Oh! Whoa! That'll wake you up in the morning, baby. Guys, I can tell you right now,
Guys are so
we're ready to
nuts.
release baseball. This is
Boys.
big as watermelon hail.
Doesn't look like it may not be on the ground right now, so Dick Worsham. Dude, I can't. I just can't with that man.
Oh!
10,000. 10,001. 2. It just keeps going. It's like a clock.
How are you doing tonight, Phoenix of the Gods?
Doing good.
Oh my. Not what I was saying.
Looks like it's starting to rope out a little bit, Edgar. This is crazy.
Wow! Look at that!
At Angela Holmes 927 super chatted $6.78. Well done, guys. Love from
I
me.
can't even with this right now, guys. Like, what is this? Brad is out front. Brad is here a strong lead.
Welcome in,
Here
chat.
comes number 7, right at the side. Number
We will be starting very shortly here.
Oh my God! It's going down to the edge. Oh my goodness!
Here we go. I think we're ready to cook. Let's just get right into it, chat. Let's go.
Oh my God, dude.
Here we go.
Like... Oh. Okay, here we go.
The following program
Who's
is a
this girl in
production
the back,
of the
bro? She's
Stormfront
just sitting here,
Freaks
just
Network.
hadn't stated. Where am I? What is this place? It's so dark. Let's go.
Oh, what is that sound? Ah! This is the Big Weather Show.
Let's go.
Oh! I'm your host, Stormcat 5.
That is absolutely insane.
We're going to talk about the biggest stories in weather.
That is a massive debris ball.
And who knows what we're going to say.
Was that Lactatia?
So strap in, buckle up. The Big Weather Show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7,
Let's go.
6,
Count it down.
4, 3, 2, 1, now.
Oh, mama. Let's go, chat. TG Thursday. Thank goodness it's Thursday, guys. I am meteorologist Stormcat 5, and this is the Big Weather Show. We are tracking severe storms across the country right now, mainly in the Midwest. Actually, guys, check it out. The green shirt kind of works here. You can see the storm behind it. Oh, mama. Guys, we are going to get right into the action right away here. Thank you all for joining us on the Big Weather Show. Today, we're going to be tracking these severe storms. Let's go to this camera in Ohio. This is in Deschler, Ohio, so northwest Ohio. Oh, no.
Thanks for the bloody donation, mate.
Thank you. Aim here. Give him some money here to the Wing Fund. We are tracking these storms. Let me show you the radar really quickly as well. Let me give you an idea about what is going on across the country. Let's pull up the radar right now. Here is what we have, the current view of all the storms across the United States. The big focus right now is in Indiana and Ohio. So if you are in Indiana, tell me in chat. If you are in Ohio, tell me in chat right now. I want to hear from you guys. We do have an active tornado warning, guys. This is the only tornado warning across the entire United States here. It is just to the northwest of Muncie. So we've been talking about Muncie, Indiana here. I'll be honest though, guys, if we take a look at this radar, let's see the closest radar. Okay, let's go to the Annapolis radar here. I'll be honest, guys, I think this is now a squall line of, wind most likely, maybe a tornado. Let's just take a look at the velocity for just 1 second. Yeah. I think what they'll probably do with this particular storm, guys, they will let the tornado warning expire, and they will likely extend the severe thunderstorm warning into Muncie, Indiana, because notice, guys, look how this thing is starting to bow out. So look at that bow. That means you got winds pushing in behind it. So Muncie, there it is. Right as I was talking, they extended that severe thunderstorm warning. It's almost like I predicted the future here. And there's that warning coming in right as we are streaming here. So once again, if you are in Muncie, they did just extend that severe thunderstorm warning. They did not extend the tornado warning. So Muncie, let's see, the winds 70 miles an hour here, guys. So big time wind about to come through the town of Muncie with, they also added a possible tornado tag to this.
At Wilson016 super chatted $9.99. Happy Thursday, chat and Brady and mods.
Thank you, Brother Wilson. Massive W to Brother Wilson in chat. Massive W to all of you tuning in. Once again, this is a special edition of the Big Weather Show. Normally we do a talk show, but this time we're doing some tracking of the severe storms here. So chat, what I want you to do right now, tell me if you are in Ohio. Tell me if you are in Indiana right now. That'll help me focus where we have all of these storms. Now, up in Northwest Ohio, where we do have this camera right now. Actually, let's go to the full screen here. This camera is in Deschler, Ohio. So this is in Northwest Ohio right now. And we do see a lot of lightning coming through here. A lot of lightning, a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain here. I'm not seeing actually the wind looking that bad right now with this storm. So once again, this is in Ohio. Let's go back to the radar and let's take a look at the radar and see what we got cooking as well. Let me show you the big picture here. Let's zoom out and give you an idea. We've got storms in Pennsylvania, storms in Northeast Ohio. We've got storms, big time severe warned storm moving through Findlay, Ohio, where winds could gust 60 plus miles an hour. We got some Ohio people in the chat. We got our Buckeyes in the chat. Mark Tana, welcome to the channel. Totally butchered your name. I'm so sorry. If it is your first time here, guys, thank you for being here, guys. I'm relatively a small channel, so I appreciate everyone subscribing here on the channel. It definitely helps me out a ton. Findlay, you are about to get absolutely shellacked here. Bowling Green, Toledo, you guys just did get shellacked by this storm. And this storm could have some big time hail here moving into Findlay. And, I would expect the hail to be at least 1.5 inches, guys. Look at that. 1.5 inches hail here. So that is pretty big time hail moving through Ohio. I love that. The Storm Lord. I actually kind of like that name. I'm going to be honest. That name kind of cooks here. But let's go back into Indiana, where a lot of the action is right now. Findlay, you're getting hammered. Toledo, you just did get hammered. Lima, you're going to be up next. Van Wert, getting some showers and storms. The big action, though, is here in Indiana, where we did have that tornado warning. That's going to be allowed to expire. So Muncie, you will get a big-time storm. It just will be more of a wind threat. Winds to 70. Down here in Indianapolis, do we have anyone in chat from Indianapolis? Tell me right now if you're from Indianapolis. Do we have any Indianapolis brother in here? On the northern suburbs, you will get the outer edges of this storm. Now, this storm also warned for 70 miles an hour, guys. I tell you what, the minimum for a severe thunderstorm is 60. This is 70 here. So this is even, bigger than the normal warning that you normally get here. So once again, in Indianapolis, the northern suburbs of Indianapolis could get absolutely blasted here by this storm. A little bit further to the west, even in Covington. This is in Covington, Indiana. We also have another severe warned storm, and this one has some pretty mumbo hail here. This is 1.5 inch observed, guys. So that's basically ping pongs or greater that are there as well. Goodbye, Holly. Thank you for joining us. But back here, this is, big time hailer moving towards Crawfordsville. This is going to come behind our storms. And as we get later into the night, a lot of these storms actually will move over the same areas. So, basically from Indianapolis through Columbus, even into Pittsburgh, flooding will be a major concern. So if you are in any of those areas, please tell me in chat, because I got to know how to focus, where to focus, and who to focus on. Because I always chat. That's the great thing about being in a stream like this is I am not like the big guys, right? The big guys, they have thousands of people watching them. They can't give you a forecast. If you're in my chat right now, I can focus on your area. So if you are somewhere in Ohio and you want to know, let me know in chat. But once again, let's go back up to northwest Pennsylvania here as well. We do have, I'm going to be honest, guys. Look at how these storms have just fallen apart here. We did have a tornado warning near Pittsburgh, just the north of Pittsburgh earlier. All of those warnings have been dropped. There are no severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings near Youngstown, even up through Butler, Pennsylvania, Oil City, Pennsylvania. You guys are getting some rain right now, but once again, no warnings for that area as well. So we got Meadville, Pennsylvania. Give me an idea where Meadville is. Let's go back to our cam here. We're going to go full screen with this cam. This is in Deschler, Ohio, where we are watching a storm. It looks like it's almost moved through here, so I'm not too concerned. Wind doesn't really look like it's a big problem. I'm actually curious, where is Deschler? Let's just get an idea of where that is. Deschler, Ohio. Let's see. Let's put up the maps. And guys, thanks once again for joining us here. I appreciate all the support. Okay, it is in Northwest Ohio, so it is just to the northwest of Findlay. So that is, the storms just did roll through there. Pretty big-time storms. I think I can go back, actually. Let me just go back and look at this. This is the VOD. Guys, this camera's Railfan. Massive W to our Railfan brother. This was as the storm came into town here. Look at this. Oh, mama. Right there, you see it get a little bit dark. Let's go a little bit forward here. So, looked like there was some... Guys, is that hail falling? That might have been some hail falling as the storm moved through. See that? Those kind of white crystals falling? That kind of looks like hail a little bit. I don't know. South of Erie. Julie is south of Erie. Erie-ish. We got a couple people in Erie. You guys will get some severe thunderstorms in a little bit here. You're not up just yet in Erie. Guys, I tell you what, does that not look like hail, guys? New poll. Does that look like hail? I think it is. Oh no, all caps, chalked. Yes, it's hail. No, it's not hail. Or it's chalked. We can probably look too at the radar and see if there's been any hail reports there. It does. It kind of looks like snow a little bit. Is Southwest Ohio supposed to get storms? The answer to that is yes, but they will come later into the night here. So we're at 7:45 right now, local time. As we get later into the night, this line of storms, see how this is kind of like a broken line? This should get organized. It's quickly getting organized into a line. Diane, welcome to the channel here. It's quickly getting organized here into this big line, and that line will march across central Ohio, northern Ohio, and even into southern Ohio. You guys will get some action later on into the night. We got some people in Erie, Pennsylvania up here, and along Lake Erie as well. I think Erie is actually just mostly going to get some rain, but if you're in, Sandusky, Cleveland, Akron, you are going to get this second wave. That should pack more of a punch than the first wave. So just heads up, I think gusty winds and maybe some hail will be primarily the threat. But then going into southern Ohio and central Ohio, this is where notice, guys, how, I'll be honest. See this storm here? This is about to cross. This caught my attention right in here. Guys, what do I always say on the stream here? Notches make, fill it in chat, notches make NATOs. That's right. You got that right, chat. Great work. This is a notch. See this right here? This is a notch. You've got inflow coming in there. You've got outflow wrapping around the backside. That is rotating. So, that's not good. See how the notch just got more pronounced? Guys, I would not be shocked if I look at velocity here. A little bit of rotation. I would not be shocked if they tornado warn this, guys. See, there's red next to green. You got green going this way, wind going this way, red going this way. There's your rotation. So I would not be shocked if they upgraded this warning to a tornado warning here, because if we take a look at the velocity, this thing is rotating. Absolutely, it's rotating. And this storm is about to cross into Ohio here. So we've got this storm near Portland, Indiana. It's about to cross into Ohio.
Massive.
Wow. Alita. Massive shout out to Alita, who just became a member. Oh, Alita is a fellow Ohio brethren. She is unbelievable. I know her personally. She is an awesome person. One of the most funny, entertaining people I know, by the way. Massive shout out to Alita. Let's give Alita some love in the chat for watching the stream here. Alita is in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, you guys will be up. I know we've got quite a few people in Ohio here, central Ohio. You guys are going to be up in a couple of hours here. These storms are moving at about 60 miles an hour. So they will be on your doorstep before you know it. And I tell you what, probably winds, maybe some hail will be the gusty or probably the biggest threat there. Where's the notch? Chat, the notch is right in here. See that essentially little upside down U shape, right? That means you've got wind, you've got inflow, warm air making its way into the storm. On the back side of the storm, you've got colder air, more moist air, right, with the rain coming down the backside. So where those two meet, you get rotation. So there is your notch right in there. Oh, no, my pen stopped working. Not good. There is your notch. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, it's working in. There's your notch right in there. There's your rotation. Wouldn't be shocked if they issued a tornado warning here if this thing continues to look like it does. But once again, if you're just joining us, we have 0 tornado warnings in the entire United States right now. We've got several severe thunderstorm warnings. We don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings in Illinois. So if you are here joining us from Illinois, once again, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings. The storms probably are kind of winding down. The severe threat is winding down for you. Indiana, this is where a lot of the action is right now. We've got severe thunderstorm warning here. Just to the south of Lafayette, Indiana. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning here, just to the north of Indianapolis. We've also got another severe thunderstorm warning here to the north, right, moving through Muncie. We've got a 4th severe thunderstorm warning on this storm. That's the one with the notch. That could be the one that's trying to produce a tornado. And then in northern Ohio, we've got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one in Lima and one in Findlay, and then actually one up here in Sandusky. So that's where Cedar Point is. Hopefully there's no one riding the roller coasters right now. I think we actually have a camera. Yeah, we got a camera in Foster, Ohio, which is near, let's see. Actually, no, we've got another camera in Indiana, where we do have another nasty storm moving through. Let me pull up this camera. Oh, this is a good camera. Hold on. Let's go to this one. This is in Foster, Ohio, which I believe is, let's see. Let me turn on the audio here. Wow. I'm going to turn on the audio for just a sec, guys. We can listen to this for just one quick second here. This is kind of eerie to listen to this. Oh, no. Chat, can you hear that? That's the wind, chat. You can hear the wind right now in the camera. It looks like they're controlling the camera here. They don't normally control the camera unless they're looking for something. So my guess is they've aimed this. They've pointed this camera right at the storm. Where is Foster, Ohio? Let me find out where that is. Hold on. Whoa. Oh, mama. That is also in northwest Ohio to the east of Findlay. So this is that storm that just moved through Findlay and is now severe thunderstorm warned and is about to move into Foster. It's about to move into Cary. This is all in Ohio. So once again, let's listen to the audio here for just a second. Wow, do you guys see that shelf cloud? Massive shelf cloud here. You can barely, you see that? See that line? Massive shelf cloud right there. See that line? That is about to roll through. We got to leave it here for just a second here. Oh, man. Once again, guys, this is in northern Ohio here. This storm is a massive storm about to roll through Upper Sandusky. This is near Tiffin. Tiffin, you're about to get hit pretty hard by this as well. Wow. Let's pull back the audio here. Here comes the rain, chat. You hear the rain on the camera. Once again, I'm hoping this camera can turn around here. Let me just show you as this camera continues to turn around. Here's the radar. Here for that particular storm that we're looking at, here is the radar. And one thing you'll notice is the severe thunderstorm warning has not been extended just yet, but we've got winds warned to potentially 60 mile an hour plus. The hail in this storm is 2 inches. That is massive hail for this type of storm. Going back to the camera. Guys, if you can't tell, that bottom of that cloud that they're zooming in on is a shelf cloud. That is a huge shelf cloud about to sweep through. At the bottom of that, that's where you got all the rain right in there. Big time shelf cloud. Wow. Wow. So once again, guys, I got also chat. I can't talk. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't talk while the audio is going because it'll echo. Hold on. Yeah, chat, all caps. You can all caps. I don't care. This is America. All caps are welcome, okay? Just keep it civil. Keep it civil and appropriate. Once again, the camera that we're looking at, guys, this is in Ohio, just to the east of Findlay, near Bucyrus. I only know how to pronounce that because I'm from Ohio. This storm is warned. Oh, my.
Barking! Thanks for the bloody donation, mate. A dingo in my baby.
Here comes the wind, chat. Oh my. So once again, if you're just joining us here, we are tracking. Wait, I got to go back. Hold on. The winds are really blowing here, guys. Look at this. Once again, this is near Findlay, Ohio as this storm rolls through. And they have not extended the severe thunderstorm warning yet. Look at the wind. Oh. Wow, chat. Once again, we are tracking this severe thunderstorm warning, and I just wanted to give you guys a taste of the footage here of what this storm sounds like, what it feels like. I can't talk during that because if I talk, it echoes, and that's a problem. And we don't want to hear that. Welcome, brother. Let me just show you what this looks like. We'll go right back to this camera here. Oh, I just missed a lightning bolt as soon as I got. I had someone ask a question about Ohio. This is what Ohio looks like right now. The storms are just crossing into Ohio here from Indiana. We've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings here as they continue moving. So we've got a couple of hours here, maybe an hour before they get here.
Chappy Q2T super chatted $20. Only a Temu trained meteorologist would wear a green shirt in front of a green screen. 6,767,676,767. Beaver emoji. Atlanta 70 super chatted $20. Hi Brady. Seems like heel, in, and O are telling the rest of the US to hold their beer lately when it comes to severe weather.
100%. Massive W to Chappie and both Larry as well. Massive shout out to both of you guys. I will play the epic donation later. We're locked into severe weather though. Massive shout out to both of you guys. Once again, oh my, this camera's getting cooked here. The storm is cooking the camera. Look at the flag, guys. Look at the flag blowing. Oh my. Flag's getting cooked here. Oh, the storm is absolutely cooking the connection to the stream. Wow. Thank you, Chappie. Great work behaving. All right, let me give you a quick update. We'll go right back to this camera here. The severe thunderstorm warning storm. We don't have any tornado warnings. This thing still crossing into Ohio has got a nasty hook. Oh my, this storm's getting crazy. I gotta go back to the storm real quick. I think we've got hail. We've got hail. Hail. Massive hail. Guys, I'm pretty sure that's hail particles exploding from the ground. I'm pretty sure that's hail. Hold on, I'm gonna get out a shot so you can watch this. This storm is warned for 2-inch sized hail, guys. What are we looking at here? Okay, well, we're just going to show the sky here. Let's go to a different vantage here. Let me just show you that storm that we were on. It's this one, guys. Look at this one, moving through Upper Sandusky. This is a major storm moving through Ohio. And we're now starting to get the storms into Ohio. These storms, guys, are moving at 60+ miles an hour here. So Columbus, you are going to be up next here. You're going to be up next here in maybe about 30, 40 minutes here as well. So if you're in Ohio right now, tell me in chat. Someone asked earlier about Pennsylvania earlier. I don't think you're going to get the same problems in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania. You will get some storms. You will get some flooding. I don't think the winds will be as significant as they were last Sunday. Now, Ohio, you absolutely will get significant winds here. Of course, guys, the radar in southwest Ohio is down. So this is a little bit of a kind of a scary situation here because we're not going to have access to look at the radars when the storms are moving over top of Ohio. We've got this radar over here in Indiana. That radar is still working, but look, this storm right here is getting further away. We're not going to be able to tell what it looks like at the surface. So I'm going to be honest, guys, we're going to have a really hard time telling you if there is a tornado with these things. That's just the unfortunate reality of this particular event with the radar. There's 2 radars in Ohio, 2 National Weather Service radars. There's local radars. There's this one up in Cleveland, and then there's this one up in Southwest Ohio. The one in Southwest Ohio, red means out of commission. It's being repaired. Of course, today is the day that it's out of commission. Now, we can use the Cleveland radar, but you'll notice does not give us a very good picture of the storms. It doesn't even pick up the storms in Indiana. So they just extended that severe thunderstorm warned storm. That was the one that we were looking at on camera. They did downgrade the hail to only 1 inch, but the winds are still 60 miles an hour. We saw that as that, and look how massive of a severe thunderstorm warning that is. Let's go back to the storms here in Indiana. Now, Sunbury. Someone asked about Sunbury earlier. I think it was Lindsay Ross. Massive W to Lindsay Ross in chat. She is an unbelievable person. She is up here in Sunbury. These storms are going to roll towards Ohio. We're getting a new tornado warning. I bet it's this storm. I bet it's that storm. Guys, I called my shot there. I literally called my shot. This tornado warning, this was the storm that I was telling you about 15 minutes ago that I said would not be surprised if it got a tornado warning. We just have had a tornado warning for that storm. That was exactly the storm that I said was going to get warned, and now it is. And let's just take a look. Radar indicated tornado warning. You'll notice, guys, if we take a closer look, this storm is in West Ohio, far western Ohio, near Salina, Ohio. That is where this particular one is, just to the south of Salina, Ohio, moving right towards Minster, moving right towards Sydney, Ohio. If we take a look at the velocity here, let me just give you an idea. So this is the problem. This is unfortunately the problem with the radars here. We are in a radar hole. This is not the situation. Okay, never mind. We do have the Fort Wayne radar that we're using now. And look at this. You do not want to see red next to green. What does red next to green mean? Red is wind going away from the radar. So the radar is up here. So the radar is further to the north here. Wind is going this way. Green is going towards the radar. Wind is going this way. Where those two meet, you got rotation. That's how you get tornadoes. So we could potentially have a tornado that's trying to form here just to the east of Fort Recovery in Ohio. This storm has just crossed the Ohio-Indiana state line here. So if you're in Salina, take shelter. If you're in Chickasha, this is in Ohio, not in Oklahoma. Minster, Ohio, you're all in this warning. New tornado warning. Maybe Lima? No, it's this one, Muncie. No, wait. Did they just issue a new one? Hold on. Where did they issue that? Let's see. Interesting. It's going to pop up in just a sec here, guys. Would not be shocked if they issued one from, probably not the storm in Muncie. That might have been an extension, guys. It's not showing up here. Hold on. That was a new tornado warning. It said Ohio, but I'm not seeing that warning appear here. Hold on. Maybe in West Ohio? Yeah, maybe this storm? Yep, there it is. Okay. It's this storm in West Ohio, just to the south of Worcester. So we've got two tornado warnings now, one in far western Ohio near Salina, and then another one here just to the southwest of Akron, to the southwest of Canton. This is for this particular storm near Millersburg, Ohio. So just to the northeast of Columbus here. That's where we've got this tornado-warned storm. And let's just take a look at the velocity. We're going to have a really hard time here, guys, with this because the closest radar is Cleveland. Let's take a look. Yep, there it is. Once again, guys, green next to red. We know what that means. We know green next to red, that's winds going in opposite directions here. Wind going this way, wind going this way. Here's where your potential tornado would be, just to the north of Millersburg. New tornado warning. Oh, my. Maybe Indiana? No. Oh, Marion. My goodness. My goodness, we just had a third tornado warning, guys. So we've got 3 tornado warnings. Let's go to the big screen here. 3 total tornado warnings across the state of Ohio. We've got this one to the south of Worcester. This one is the newest tornado warning that they just issued for Marion, Ohio, just to the west of Mansfield, Ohio. And then we've got a third tornado warning near Salina, just to the south of Salina, Ohio. So if you're in Marion, Bucyrus, Marion, Sandusky, you guys are all Mount Gilead. You're also in this tornado warning. So heads up, we've got a tornado probably potentially somewhere in there. We're radar hole, guys. So this is just unfortunate because I can't show you where it is. The camera, though, that we were just looking at, this is the backside of that tornado-warned storm. So this is the storm that just rolled through that we've been watching for the past 30 minutes here on stream. We now have a shot of the backside of that storm. I don't think we're going to see anything. You do see the clouds here, though, from the storm. So you can kind of maybe tell, is there anything rotating? I don't think so. I think we're going to lose visual with that low cloud cover coming there as well. So once again, chat, if you are in any of these 3 warnings, take shelter immediately. If you are in these warnings, get to shelter, get to the basement, or the most interior room of your house, and tell me in chat so I know where to focus here. But once again, if you're just joining us, we've got 3 separate tornado warnings. Ohio is popping off right now. One here in Millersburg, one here in Bucyrus, Marion, Ohio, and then one just to the south of Salina, Ohio, is where we potentially have 3 separate storms trying to produce a tornado right now. Let me just go to the first one near Salina, Ohio, because this one absolutely could have something on the ground. Let me just check, make sure there's no debris ball. We always look for debris ball here. I'm not seeing anything too concerning with this debris. You tend to look for a blue ball, right? You look for a blue ball in the center there. I don't see a blue ball. There is some green and yellow here, but I don't think that's enough to say, oh, yep, there's a tornado here. So there could be, treat it like there is, but we don't have enough evidence to say for sure. Let's take a look at the Millersburg tornado here. This is the other tornado warning in Millersburg, Ohio. All 3 of these warnings are in Ohio right now. That's where all the action is right now in terms of our storms. Millersburg, not seeing a blue ball right now. So that is another good sign. Let's just take a look at the velocity really quickly. Let's go back. Velocity is wind here, guys. There absolutely could be a tornado somewhere in there. Let's go to the storm relative velocity here. Okay, same thing. Probably right there, just to the northeast of Millersburg, is where I would expect potentially to see a tornado. So that is something that we're watching. So if you're in Millersburg, Walnut Creek in northern Ohio here, Mount Hope, Berlin, take shelter immediately. You could potentially have a tornado on the ground or headed your way. The third tornado warning, okay, here it is in Upper Sandusky. This warning is just to the north of Marion. It does include the town of Marion. There's a lot of people in that town. I know it because this area is close to home for me. I'm just not even that far south from this particular storm. I am probably less than 30 miles south of this storm. Here is your rotation near Harpster. So if you would have a tornado, it would be near the town of Harpster, Ohio. This thing is moving to the south. So Caledonia, Clarendon, Marion, Big Island, Galleon, and Iberia. You guys are all in the path potentially of this tornadic storm. Let's just take a look. Let's just go split screen here. There you can very clearly see. Yikes, guys. You see how that's intensified here? That could be on the ground. I could absolutely see that thing on the ground. Notice here on the radar, you've got your winds here, and then you've got your radar on the right-hand side of the screen. So right-hand side is radar, that's your rain. The left-hand side is winds. If I look right in here, see that little circle? That's not good. That means you've got rain that's rotating around something, right? Rain normally doesn't just rotate in a storm. It normally has to rotate around potentially a tornado here. Let me just check the correlation coefficient. This is to see if there's a debris. Yikes. That is also where we see a little bit of blue showing up. So we look for these blue signatures to be able to give us an idea if there's a tornado, and a little bit of that could be noise. That could be hail. That could be a hail core moving through Sandusky. Let's pull up the radar to be able to see. Okay, that is most likely hail, guys. That blue is likely hail. It's likely not debris. So there is some big time hail moving through Upper Sandusky right now. Treat this like there is a tornado on the ground. Once again, if you're just joining us, we are in Ohio. We are in Upper Sandusky, Ohio, where we have this tornado warned storm. Let's go back to full here, and you'll see big time hail at the very minimum is moving through Sandusky. Do we have anyone in chat that's from this part of the country? Do we have anyone in chat that's in Ohio? Tell me right now, if you're in Ohio, tell me the city, tell me the area in Ohio that you're in. I'll try to focus on that particular area. Let's go back to the camera here. I think things are kind of starting to calm down in Foster, Ohio. Let me see if I can find any of my other Ohio cameras to be able to show you. I've got one in Cincinnati. This is all courtesy of Railfan. Massive W to them. We've got people in Hilliard, Ohio. Okay, you're going to be next. You're in Marion. If you are in Marion, you need to be getting to shelter. I would get to shelter immediately right now in Marion. That's a basement. If you don't have a basement, that's the most essentially interior room of your house. Stu, I see you. I'm going to put you in here. Let's get you in. Okay. But that is a basement. If you got a basement, if you don't have a basement, it's the most interior room of your house. So that's a room with no walls, with no windows, and please get to shelter if you're there right now. And chat, please help me out too. I'm not familiar with all the spots in Ohio, so try to give me a general direction of like, okay, I'm in whatever county, Ohio. And then give me like okay, that's north of Columbus, south of Columbus, west of Cincinnati. Okay, so This storm in Bucyrus is nasty looking. You see that little hook, that little notch, guys. It's rain. It's embedded in rain here, but that is a notch nonetheless. There could be a tornado nestled in there somewhere in that notch. So if you're in Marion, get to shelter just as a precaution. Even in Bucyrus, guys, this storm is kind of going a little bit to the north here, taking a little bit of a jog to the north and east. So heads up for those in Bucyrus as well. Let's go back to Western Ohio where we still do have this tornado warning in effect. Let's check on this storm in Salina. Let's see if there's been any developments here. Once again, this is a problem. This storm is getting into a radar hole. It's going to be a lot harder to tell. Good news. See how that tornado, that velocity here is kind of weakened. These are the winds. See how this was red, bright red, bright red, bright red. Now,
Crikey! Thanks for the bloody donation, mate. A dingo eating my baby.
okay, I'm sorry, chat. That's a little chalked, I know. But thank you for the donation there. See how the red has got a little bit weaker here. That means potentially it's still rotating, so you still could have a tornado on the ground here near Chickasha, but the rotation might be weakening here. That is potentially going to be a thing there. So it still, this is in far western Ohio. Still treat this like there potentially could be something on the ground here, but I am thinking a little bit less likely than before. Let's go back here to Millersburg, where the tornado warning is still in effect in Millersburg. Let me just zoom out and show you here. This is the big picture. Let's go back to the radar. Let me give you the big picture. We've got storms really starting to pop off as they come through Ohio. We've got 3 tornado warnings right now. 1 to the southwest of Canton, 1 to the west of Mansfield, and 1 near Salina, Ohio. Those are our 3 storms. Those are the storms that I'm most concerned about. But even up in Sandusky, we've got severe winds rolling through, 60-mile-an-hour winds from Mansfield up to Sandusky. Cedar Point getting hammered right now. Southern Ohio, you're not getting anything yet. You will get some action later on in the night. We've got these 2 storms moving towards Columbus. And the one that's moving towards Columbus is tornado warned. A lot of times these storms tend to cycle. So one storm, tries to produce a tornado and then stops, right? And then it tries to produce a tornado again. And so I would not be shocked if this storm moves towards Columbus. And I would not be shocked if we see definitely a severe thunderstorm warning, and you could get a tornado warning for Columbus. So I'm putting you on alert here, Columbus. You need to be ready for this storm moving in because it's still kind of isolated, still by itself. Let's go back up to Bucyrus here. This is in Marion, just to the north of Marion, where I know we have someone in the chat that's here. Any concerns for Dayton? Yes, Dayton, you're going to get the tail end of this, and then you're also going to get this behind it. So right now, Dayton, the concern is just for wind, but we do have a tornado watch in effect. And as we're seeing right now, things are kind of popping off in the tornado department. I'm not saying all 3 of these are tornadoes, but you absolutely have a chance to get a tornado with any of these 3 storms, any of these storms. And I will tell you what, guys, I do not like the look of that. This storm is the far eastern tornado warning in Millersburg. You do not like to see that little skinny appendage coming off. That means the storm is trying to rotate. That means the storm is trying to develop a backside. And I tell you what, this storm is likely going to try to produce another tornado near Walnut Creek, Ohio. I would be shocked if they do not extend this tornado warning. They're likely going to extend this tornado warning towards New Philadelphia. So if you're in New Philadelphia, the next warning that we hear is probably going to be a tornado warning for you guys. This is just to the south of Canton. This storm's going to go south of Canton and likely go right towards Carrollton, right towards New Philadelphia, right towards Burgoles, right towards Sissio. This is all in Ohio here. Important to stay hydrated, chat. But, okay, hold on. I'm going to call Connor. That's a good call. Yeah, good call. Good call, brother. We don't want to leak the location. That's for sure. Hang on, chat. Okay, we're good. All right. I just told Connor. Great call. Thank you, Brother Cruz. Thank you for looking out for me, brother. But is Lima out of the frying pan? Let's see. I don't know if Lima was ever in a frying pan, but Lima, Ohio, you will get another round of storms. But I think you're going to get really storms for the next couple of hours here. And this event, guys, is the later we get into the night, the more likely it is to turn into a flooding event. So Lima, you're not out of the woods just yet. You're going to get a couple more rounds of storms, but the first round should pack the biggest bunch or the biggest punch here. So this first round of storms that's moving through from Muncie all the way up through Canton, you guys will get probably the strongest storms. The first wave should be the strongest batch, and then we're going to get a couple of waves behind it. So if you're in Indianapolis, if you're in Columbus, if you're in Pittsburgh, get ready for a noisy night because the first wave is going to move through and then a second wave is going to move through. The second wave should just be more of a lightning and rain threat. And I don't even want to say threat. It'll just be a noisy night. But this first wave is where all the action is. And that's where guys, I'll be honest, they just extended that severe thunderstorm warning and they did not put a tornado possible tag on this thing. I guess I can kind of see it here, but when you see an appendage on the back side of a storm like this, you know there's warm air getting in here. You know there's air trying to rotate around. I would not be shocked. I would be kind of surprised if they did not extend that tornado warning here, but the storm is almost out of it. So if they're going to do it, they need to do it quickly. Let's go back up to Bucyrus here where we still have this tornado warning in effect. You'll notice the first thing I notice on radar here, see that notch. We know, guys, chat, notches make NATOs. That's right. Notches make NATOs. But this particular storm has a pretty good notch. That means you've got air making its way, warm, moist air making its way back into the storm. You've got obviously the downdraft mixing in with that, and that's how you get your rotation. So let's just see. Let's go to storm relative. Yikes. Guys, I really do not like this. In Marion, you need to be in shelter right now. If you are watching this stream in Marion, put your phone in your pocket, get to a basement immediately because we could absolutely have a tornado on the ground here to the north of Marion. It's likely going to move through the northern area of Marion here. So if you are in Marion watching this stream, I need you to get to a basement immediately. If you don't have a basement, get to the most interior room of your house without any windows or walls. This is still tornado warned. This is still a dangerous storm. And if I pull up the correlation coefficient here, I would not be shocked to see something with maybe a little. Okay, good news. I don't see a debris ball. I do not see a debris ball. That is good news. But still, with that kind of red next to green, you could absolutely have a tornado on the ground. It could just be wind, guys. This could just be RFD. It could just be, some wind moving through, some strong wind moving through. But when I look at this, it could absolutely be a tornado that's on the ground. That's why it's tornado warned here in Marion. We are far away from the radar. So this picture is way high up in the storm. So this is why I can't tell you for sure. This is why having this radar down is such a problem, because this radar beam is coming all the way from Cleveland, right? And it's shooting into this storm to try to see, okay, is there a tornado on the ground? Normally, to be able to tell if there's something on the ground, you want to be closer to the radar because this radar beam is shooting way higher up in the storm. We can't get an accurate picture right now. So what I need you to do in Marion, treat this like there is a tornado on the ground. Once again, this is Marion, Ohio. Just to the north of Delaware County is right there, which is a very populated county. Mansfield, also very populated. Columbus, Ohio, this is to the north of you guys. So this is well north of the city of Columbus, but still, nonetheless, a threat here. Let's go back to our camera. I think this is in Cincinnati right here. So we're watching this camera. Cincinnati storms are nowhere near you, but actually, wait, this camera is not in Cincinnati. This camera is in northern Ohio. I think this is in the tornado warning right here near Marion. I don't think we're going to get a good shot of this, but let's just see if we get a good shot with this particular storm. Hold on. Stu, I see you backstage. I just saw you back there. Oh. Wow. Chad, if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us for this special edition of the Big Weather Show. We are tracking storms as they move through Ohio, and hopefully we can get a shot of one of these storms. I'm going to bring in oh man, I'm going to bring in brother Stu right now, who's out chasing this particular storm. Stu, are you where are you at right now, brother?
About to go back to my car. I called the chase off early. We were in Northwest Ohio, where we thought everything was going to happen today, but the models ended up handling these storms really poorly today, and now we've got storms firing where we didn't. Well, we have storms popping off where we really didn't expect them to. So after I get to my car, I'm going to go drown my 5 Sig Ohio in some skyline.
Stu, do you see the tornado warnings that are out right now too?
I do see the 3 tornado warnings.
Look at this one near Marion. This one near Marion is has me pretty concerned here. We're pretty far away from the radar, but if this continues, I think of all these signatures, I think the 2 storms that we have. Okay, so an update here, guys. They did just allow this warning near New Philadelphia. This tornado warning has expired, so they did not extend that warning. Interesting. And then this warning here in Western Ohio, which this is the storm that's headed at Columbus. They have not extended the warning yet, but they did add a, guys, look at this on this warning. See that tornado possible? It's called a tornado possible tag. The National Weather Service, which is who's issuing these warnings, will add those tags to the storm to give us meteorologists a hint, basically saying, hey, guys, communicate to the public that even though there isn't a tornado warning, it's possible with this storm. And if you go to the storm to the south, that storm to the south does not have that tag. So that kind of gives us a hint, right? That's the way that they can kind of communicate to us through the warnings, which is awesome. So that gives me pause and basically says, okay, there's actually a chance that they are going to extend this warning here. So we'll have to watch this. But Stu, I mean, it kind of popped off here in the last, 15, 20 minutes with all these tornado warnings.
Yeah, it did. And it's unfortunate that, Northwest Ohio, Northeast Indiana didn't do what we thought it was going to do today. That's where I was. Didn't get anything there. I'm seeing lightning from here up in north of Hilliard. And after I get in my car, I may go back out west. I may go for that cell that was near Salina. I think Storm Runner Media is on that cell right now. We were kind of talking back and forth all day. But, I may just go drown my sorrows in some Skyline conies.
Chad, if you love Skyline, let me know in chat. Do we have any Skyline brother in chat? So we're tracking these storms too. We're locking in a little bit because we do have some people. I'll be honest, guys. I do not like the look of this storm in Marion. I think this storm to the west of Bell Fountain, I always struggle with that town name. I think they might let that tornado warning expire. We can't, the other problem is, Stu, is the Wilmington radar is down. So we can't get a good shot of these storms as they roll through.
Yeah, not only the Wilmington radar is down, but every terminal radar is down too. So Cincinnati.
Wait, are you kidding me?
Yeah, Cincinnati, Dayton, and Columbus, all those radars are down.
How are they going to get a shot of these as they come into Ohio?
They won't. Give me 2 minutes though. That's
fine. Yeah. Take your time, Stu. Guys, that is not good. That is not good at all, because what's going to happen, guys, and this is going to impact the way they issue warnings. As these storms, you notice each radar, right? See how it has a circle right there? Each radar has a circle. It has a defined area it can go, right? And so if we look at the different radars, right? Let's take a look at the Indianapolis radar. Here's the circle here in Indianapolis, right? And then you go to the Cleveland radar. Here's the circle here in Cleveland, right? So what does that mean? That means this area in Ohio, which normally would be covered by a radar, is not going to be covered. If we can't see the storm, we can't know for sure if there's a tornado on the ground. Normally, too, they have what's called terminal radar, right? It's kind of a localized radar that can pick up and help fill in the gaps. That's also offline in Columbus. So as these storms roll through central Ohio, we are not going to have an idea of, we're not going to have a good idea about if there's a tornado or not. So I could see them just issuing tornado warnings just to be safe, because they're thinking the same thing right now, guys. This is the type of situation that I'm not going to be able to tell you for sure. So you need to just, when you get a warning, get to shelter. Don't question it. Get to shelter today, because especially with these storms, we're not going to have a good idea. Let's go back up to this tornado warning storm. We are now, let me show you the big picture here. We are now down to 2 tornado warnings in Ohio. Really 2 tornado warnings across the entire United States. We do have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings back in Indiana, where you are getting some more storms roll through. Now, the tornado threat is decreasing there.
I'm back.
There you go, Stu. All right, I'll bring you up in just a sec. The tornado threat in Ohio is still very much here. We've got this storm near Mansfield, this storm to the northwest of Dayton. Those are your 2 tornado warnings. Let's zoom in here on the Mansfield storm. I'm going to be honest, guys. I do not like the way this looks on radar. This is a supercell, right? Look at this hail. This is all hail that's wrapping around this particular storm. See this inflow notch right here? This is another notch. We know, guys, on this stream, notches make... Stu?
NATOs. Sorry, my mic was muted.
That's all right. Notches make NATOs. So if you're in the town of Marion, the storm has likely just moved through. By the way, if you're in Marion right now, tell me in chat. I want to know, make sure our Marion brethren is doing okay. We could have a tornado. Guys, let's go back to the storm. Yikes. Guys, what does this tell me right here? Once again, this is wind. This is telling me that winds, red is winds going this way. Green is wind going this way. I know, it's chalked. I heard your thing for a second. It kind of threw me off. But you get red going this way, green going this way. These are winds rotating around here. So you could have a tornado somewhere moving towards Mount Gilead. This is in Ohio, guys. So you need to be taking this seriously right now. I could absolutely see them extending this tornado warning towards Mount Gilead and eventually towards Mount Vernon in Ohio here. So this is kind of getting to a lot of more populated areas here. The north side of Columbus here in Delaware County and Marion County, we do have a lot of people in these counties here. I know that for a fact because I live here. I don't live in those counties, but I live in Ohio. So I'm very familiar with this area. So once again, if you're in Mount Gilead, I need you to get to shelter. If you're in Marion, the worst is likely past, but just stay there and be safe here for the next at least maybe 5 minutes here, 5-10 minutes here. If you're close to Galleon, you should get to shelter immediately. Michelle Sturmey is calling me. Hold on. I'm live, Michelle. Hold on. What's up? No, I can't. Can't. Yeah, just hop in my chat. I gotta go. Sorry, that was a call. Someone was asking about the weather. It's all right. Guys, I have a lot of friends and family in this area here. So, this is close to home for me as well. This line of storms, guys, let me give you a picture of the line of storms that's moving through. We're going to continue talking about this tornado warning. This tornado warning, it looks like they're going to let that expire. Interestingly enough, that's the storm that's likely going to head towards Columbus eventually and maybe try to produce a tornado there. But I think that the storm that I'm most concerned about is this one up in Marion, Ohio, just to the south of Bucyrus, Mansfield. You're up next. You're about to get shellacked here. And new tornado warning. Someone ban Nick Chubb right now. Ban him. There it is. New tornado warning, guys. So they have just extended. Guys, this might be one of the biggest tornado warnings I've ever seen. This is a massive tornado warning that they've just extended. They've just extended here all the way into Mount Vernon. So this storm is racing, moving incredibly fast through Ohio right here. And it is moving right towards Mount Vernon, Ohio. They have just now extended that tornado warning. This is a nasty looking storm. This is the storm that has my attention right now. It's just to the south of Mansfield. And let's just take a look at the wording here from the National Weather Service. This is radar indicated. That means it's capable of producing. We do not have confirmation that it's on the ground, but it is capable of producing a tornado. It's moving towards Mount Gilead. Mount Gilead, if you're watching this, get to shelter immediately. I just saw someone in chat that said that they were in Mount Gilead. I need you to get to a basement right now if you are in Mount Gilead. We've also got, they talk about in this flying debris. Okay, that's kind of standard. Dangerous storm. Fulton, North Liberty, Waterford, Marengo, Ohio. I've been there quite a few times, actually. Martinsburg, Iberia, Edison, and Gann. This storm is coming your way. Golf ball-sized hail, guys. You know how rare golf ball-sized hail? So regardless, if there's a tornado, there is golf ball-sized hail with this storm. That is enough to wreck your car. So get your car into shelter right now. Oh, what up, brother?
What up?
Oh, my. Bro,
Let's go, Chad.
what up?
Let's go.
What up? We're cooking.
Let's go.
Bro,
Let's go.
we just got Connor Croft.
Look at the setup.
Connor Croft and Brandon. Oh, my.
Holy setup.
Yeah, we're cooking here.
My goodness.
What does this button do?
Don't press those buttons. Don't press those
Huge
buttons.
donation.
Oh, no. You gotta lock it. He just pushed the button. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're cooking, chat. It's Connor Croft and Brandon Payne just arrived in the studio.
Wait, hold on a second. Brady, send me your address. I want to join the party.
What? Brian, I can't give out my address. That's crazy. Hey, look at this. Look at this reflectivity here. Hold on. Let's go back to the super res velocity. Connor, what do you think? These storms are kind of coming towards us right here. Wow, that is massive.
I think they're still elevated, but we might have to do a little impromptu look out the window chase.
I know. We're kind of cooking here. So guys, once again, this is Connor Croft has just arrived at the Cat 5 Command Center here. Nope, don't press the buttons. Don't press the buttons. Avoid pressing the buttons here.
He's about to get banned IRL.
Yeah, he's about to get
All
banned.
right. I'll relax.
That feels really good, bro. I'm not going to lie. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're cooking here. We're cooking here. Let's go to the cam here. This is in Ohio. I don't think it's observed. No. That storm moving through Mount Gilead does have golf ball sized hail. So that storm, guys, I mean, we're right here. So this storm is like kind of close to us. I wouldn't actually be shocked if there was a.
Probably should have chased that, but I wasn't feeling that. So.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We're cooking. Chat, right now I want to hear from you. If you are in Ohio, if you are in Mount Vernon, if you are in Mount Gilead, give me a heads up here. I bet you probably could hear the sirens. Did you guys hear the sirens out there?
No.
Okay. They oftentimes just sound them, but they tend to do that in Ohio. But we're in a conundrum here, guys, because the radar hole.
Wait, is the bald spot actually fake?
No, I don't have a bald spot, bro. It's fake.
Is that actually Photoshop?
I don't know, dude. It's not me.
I thought that was real. Man.
No, it's not real. What do you mean?
Surprised to see it.
Bro, I really thought that was real.
Not-
Chad, he actually doesn't have a bald spot, really.
If I pull on that, will it
No, I don't have a bald spot, Chad. No bald spot.
To hide it, but it's not a glaring bald spot. I'm actually surprised, guys. I actually thought he had one, but that's crazy.
It's not good. No bald
How
spot.
many tornado ones we got now?
We've got basically
Technically two.
Basically two.
Basically one, since that looks like it's already out of there. But.
Yeah, it's kind of out of there. But yeah, welcome in, John, brother John. Welcome to the stream, my friend. John,
what's up, everybody? So many Ohioans in one spot. It's incredible.
I know. Here, wait. Let me turn the audio on. I'm going to turn the audio on quiet. Hopefully, it doesn't echo here. Hold on. Chat, we've got
I'm just gonna say hi to brother John. I'm gonna go upstairs and turn the game on.
We've got a stream takeover here, guys. Yeah. John, talk.
Connor Croft, what's up, pal? Can you hear me?
Go.
Test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good to see you, pal. Yes,
We've
sir.
got a stream takeover here. We got Connor and Brandon in the studio as we're tracking tornado warnings live here in Ohio. The guys, that smells really good.
What a tough time for the Weather Service office in Wilmington, Ohio to go down hard and have to be backed up by Cleveland. I don't know if you guys realize it, but Cleveland is issuing warnings for both Cleveland and Wilmington right now.
John,
Like if you click on one
what
of
is going to happen because the Columbus, the terminal radar's down.
Yeah,
I know.
we were looking every
Yeah, no, like this.
The Wilmington radar's down. Are they just going to just issue the entire area of Columbus just under a tornado warning?
They're better than that. There's some great people working up at Cleveland now. But if you click on that warning let me see. Actually, that is the Cleveland, Ohio office. Go over to the severe thunderstorm warning to the west of there, like that includes Kenton.
Yep.
And then pull up the text. At the top, it says NWS Wilmington, Ohio, issued by NWS Cleveland, Ohio.
No way.
So literally, the Wilmington office is down hard. Like comms failure, they're down bad, which is why there's not any radar making it to the world.
Do they issue warnings like because they don't have radar? Like because I'm assuming the Wilmington people are there, right?
Yeah, but they can like see like the radar is still presumably coming into their office. It's just not getting out to the world, so they're able to monitor. And I'm assuming they're coordinating closely with the office up in Cleveland. I think actually my buddy Zach Sefcovic is on the radar desk up there, and best of the best. I mean, the Weather Service is built for this kind of thing. There's all sorts of backup things, but what a bummer, right? Like you got
so
this.
basically the rest of us we're basically left to guess here.
Right, because
but they're not guessing. Okay, that's good to
right.
know. That's there's someone at the wheel.
They're doing real good, and as Connor said, a lot of the stuff's probably elevated. I mean, there's good hail squads.
See if there's any goodies you guys can find in there. We got some goodies over there.
Woo, buddy! Are you guys watching the games tonight?
Oh, there's like a helmet in there. What'd you say, John?
You guys watching the games tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna watch the games. I was, John. I don't know if we were tracking this tornado warning. Once again, guys, if you're watching the stream, I'm going to try my best to keep you updated here. This tornado warning canceled. So the tornado warning near Bell Fountain has been canceled. That's now just a severe thunderstorm warned storm up to an inch. Wow, that is. He found the recorder. This is not good, chat. About an inch and almost 2-inch size tail here. Now, John, I'm curious what your thoughts are. We still have this tornado warned storm, and this is in Mount Gilead. This thing reminds me of the storm that we had back in 2024 where it just kept rotating. It refused to stop rotating. I'm looking at that. I know we're far away from the radar. I mean, there could be something on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high up.
I'm looking here.
There definitely is an upper level mezzo. Can't debate that.
You can't debate that. The problem is, John, we can't look any closer.
Yeah, no, literally, it's tough. So I mean, dew points up in Mansfield are 48. They're 59 down in Mount Vernon. So you're getting into an area where there's enough moisture, but it's still likely elevated. I mean, big time hailer for sure. Tough to see much though.
The thing that had my attention was the little notch right in there. That was
right.
That was what had my attention.
Notches make NATOs, right, Brady?
What'd you say?
Notches make NATOs, right?
Let me take the pen here. Hear me out here. Looking at the way this is orientated, to me, it seems like that notch might be behind the front.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
It's just
But they keep. I mean, they keep warning it though, so they're seeing something. They're seeing something.
You got the inflow coming right.
Yeah, here you go. There you go.
Coming right up into the notch. Oh. What do notches do?
Notches make NATOs, right, Brandon?
Right.
Not that one. Not that one.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. If you're in Mount Gilead, just take shelter. There could be something, guys.
Chester.
Moving into Chester. So, this is the only tornado warning that we have. Chad, if you're in Chester, give us a heads up. If you're in Mount Vernon, give us a heads up. If you're in Newcastle, give us a heads up. We're down here in Delaware and Franklin County. So we're actually going to we could get gapped here. I'm going to be honest. We could just get this.
There is a spotter.
Put it in motion here.
There is a spotter right at the hook.
Over here.
What'd you say, John?
There is a spotter right at the hook. Jim Mora, supposedly spotter network guy. So he's probably got eyeballs on it. And I mean, big lightning producer, big hail producer. I'd think if there was a tornado, he'd be calling into the Weather Service.
We're gonna get
upstairs. Interesting. Get the food set up. Yeah, you guys go. Get the food set up.
Whenever you're ready when this tornado subsides.
I'll cook for a little bit. You guys go enjoy Let me know if you need to know how to turn on the TV. You just got to hit the on button. Just hit the on button. Hit the on button. Good luck. Don't eat my chicken fingers.
Where's my invite, bro?
Don't eat my chicken fingers. That's cooked. All right.
You're listening to me.
Chat up.
Hey.
We're back here.
Brady, real quick, something that's cool I'm looking at right now. So
Go.
I'll pull up the METARs and plot like wind and dew point.
Okay. You said pull up METARs?
Yep. Well, just on the radar tab, overlays, like on the overlay tab.
Oh, okay.
I just
I got
drowned
it.
my sorrows in Skyline.
Yeah, there you go.
And then click temperature and do like wind barb and temp or dew point, whatever. Check out this like wind shift. It's pretty wild.
Oh, wow.
Like winds are southwesterly ahead of the front, and then behind the front, they're literally northeasterly.
That's crazy.
Pretty wild batch of wind shear.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot that you could do this. Guys, this is another massive W for Weatherfront here. This is Weatherfront that I'm using. Massive W. Download this application. Do it right now. But you'll notice. So winds, guys, here's your front. Here's your front somewhere in there, right? You've got your winds coming up from the south. This is, let me draw this in red here. This is warm, moist air coming from the south. You'll notice temperatures in Cincinnati are almost 80 degrees. And, just 100 miles to the north, now you've got temperatures to the north of the front. This is 50 degrees. Winds coming down like this. So this is why we still have a tornado threat, is because you've got winds coming in two very different directions here. So that's why we still have, and I think, John, that storm that's got that tornado warning is right along that front.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you can see the kind of the wind shift there, and plenty of southwesterly winds to the south of it, and then like northerly or northeasterly just to the north of it. So I'm guessing this is still largely elevated. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a honking wall cloud. The sun is probably about to set over there, so probably a little tough to see. But impressive supercell, no doubt. We're probably fortunate that the LCLs are still relatively high, and it's probably just along or right behind the front. But definitely an impressive storm, and hail. Certainly going to be concerned with this thing.
Big time. Yeah, these guys, the bare minimum, right? These are going to have hail. These are going to have pretty big time hail, especially for this part of the country. We're talking about hail almost 2-inch in diameter, guys. For this part of the country, that's huge hail, right? We're not used to seeing hail like this at all. And I love that you can kind of plot this. This is the problem, John, is as these storms get into Ohio, we're losing picture. I mean, these storms that are about to move into Columbus, I got nothing.
Yep, they're very, very high up. And so as I was mentioning, the Wilmington, Ohio office, Weather Service is down hard. They have comms failure, so none of the radar data is getting out. I'm confident that they are in close coordination with Cleveland, and because they can still see radar from the office.
Sure.
It's not getting out to the world. And so these, top-notch crew that they're still supporting and helping out, but the Cleveland office is the ones that are actually having to issue. Now, for this tornado warning that's in effect right now, that's still in the Cleveland area. So that warning is issued by Cleveland for the Cleveland area. And the Wilmington radar wouldn't really do much to help that out. It's even farther from the TDAR. So this tornado warning is really not super well affected by the radar outage, but certainly anything as it gets into Columbus is going to be next to impossible to see because of lack of radar coverage.
For sure. Yeah, someone was asking about Mount Vernon. Winds are bad in Mount Vernon. The winds actually, this is the inflow that's coming out in front of this. So the winds right now, you're not even get the strongest wind here for at least another probably 10 minutes, which, when you have inflow that's strong like that, that is an indication that the storm is going to probably continue to try to ramp up here. So the hail threat, the wind threat is going to continue in Mount Vernon. If you're in Mount Vernon, that's a pretty populated town in Ohio. I just, get to shelter, be safe, get to shelter. I can't tell you whether or not there's a tornado on the ground. We're too far away from this particular storm for me to give you a good idea of, yes, it's on the ground. No, it's not. We can look and see if there's a debris ball. I'm not seeing a debris signature by any means with this storm. That's good news. That means I can't tell you it's for sure on the ground. But if we go back to the reflectivity here, I can tell you this thing does have hail. It does have pretty big hail. You notice these two kind of hail cores in there. And that is something, I think we can look at some of the, let's look at how tall this storm is. Guys, this storm is a beast of a storm right here. It is almost 50,000 feet tall, right? That is very tall for a storm in Ohio in March. So this is a big boy storm here. And the fact that the storm is this tall, it tells me that it's got major hail that's moving through. Let me go back
Bray,
to
I was just looking at the MRMS hail tracks, hail swaths. You can pull that up too if you want to. Just switch over to MRMS from the radar source, and MRMS estimates are inch to inch and a half northwest of Mount Gilead. And so it's continuing to move along. So certainly 1 inch hail's a pretty good bet here, and we'll see sort of how things track along. But tons of lightning. There's also a ton of lightning bolts coming down, and you can see these supercells that have long trackability. It looks like the hail core should go north of Mount Vernon, like Fredericktown, probably Danville needs to start being prepared for this. But even if there's no tornado, it's still going to be big winds and generally large hail with this 100%. As well.
Chat, we look at this. This gives us an idea about the hail size that just fell in the past hour, right? You see, this is an inch and a half, almost an inch and a half here. So that is big time hail that's moving through Mount Gilead. That is enough to potentially dent your car, leave little dents in the car, do some damage, maybe to the roof. It won't be catastrophic damage, but it could damage a couple of shingles here. So absolutely on top of the tornado threat, which we still, guys, the tornado warning is still in effect here for Mount Gilead, Mount Vernon. You're going to be under this tornado warning for at least the next 15 to 20 minutes here as this storm slams to the south. It is moving. This storm is moving at least, I'm going to guess here, I bet this storm is moving at least maybe 65 miles an hour, John. That thing is absolutely hauling.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to put it in motion and kind of track how far that thing's rolling along. I mean, this front's powerful. The pressure gradient is quite impressive, and the winds even behind the front, I mean, are gusting pretty good. Mansfield 23 sustained, gust 31, so winds are kicking pretty good with this. And
this storm,
unfortunately,
John, this storm an hour ago was in Findlay, Ohio, and it's now in Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Moving
in an hour.
Not great for chasing. If you're trying to chase, imagine trying to keep up with that thing.
That's why Connor gave
up. Yeah, literally. I mean, this is not the type of storm you want to chase and deal with. But yeah, I mean, beneficial rain coming. Although, honestly, I was looking at a drought map earlier, and the Ohio Valley is pretty much the only spot across the whole country that doesn't have some sort of drought. So
I know.
It seems like the places that don't need rain are getting the rain, and the places that need the rain out west are, struggling to get any. But yeah, really, really interesting to see the wind shift. I mean, that's fascinating. I haven't seen that kind of drastic 180-degree wind shift before.
Me neither. I love that you had me pull this up, guys. Someone just asked about Doppler radar beam. Are we chalked? Nah, it's just a type of radar. Brother Broccolini here, Charles Broccolini. There's no way his name is actually Broccolini. But guys, the thing about this is we are going to get some rain. So they did just extend a severe thunderstorm warning just to the west of Columbus here. So Columbus, these storms are approaching you quickly. Delaware County, I know we've got some people tuning in from there. These storms are approaching you very quickly. At the bare minimum here, you're going to get winds to 60 miles an hour or greater. You're also going to get hail up to an inch or more, especially in Columbus. If you're north of Columbus in Mount Vernon, you're going to get hail at least up to an inch and a half. It could be even higher in some spots. So this storm is quickly getting into a line. And John, we know when storms get into a line like this, they tend to have a little bit of a lower tornado threat, but the wind threat can sometimes go up once the storms kind of combine together like that.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we see these things go upscale. Initially, they start discrete. That's what we've seen. Turn on the storm reports, you see pretty big swaths of hail and wind reports upstream. But what anticipated is this continues to move southeastward, that it's going to congeal and grow upscale into a line. Because there'll be some embedded batches of rotation, some embedded supercells. But certainly it looks like as it heads into, through Columbus, past the I-71 corridor down into southeast Ohio towards West Virginia, wind would primarily be the threat. The tornado watch basically goes down to just past Lancaster, past Cambridge, doesn't quite get to Athens. So we'd anticipate as the evening goes on and these things would weaken as the upper level support kind of lifts up off into the north and east. But yeah, definitely transitioning to more of a wind threat, seems like.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, John, This is another cool thing Weatherfront can do. You can pull up the watches. Guys, here's the active watches. Here's your severe thunderstorm warnings. Here's your tornado warning. And then this here in the red, this is your tornado watch. You'll notice Cleveland. Someone just asked about Cleveland. I'm going to show you Cleveland in just a second here. Cleveland, you're pretty good, though, right now. I'm feeling pretty good about our Cleveland brethren. That tornado watch goes all the way to Pittsburgh. But you'll notice here it does include Columbus, Ohio. So as these storms move into Columbus, you could have a tornado threat materialize. I'm not saying you are. Right now, there's not any tornadoes that I'm concerned about just yet, but you could have a threat that moves through. Now, the tornado watch goes all the way just to the south of Columbus. That kind of gives you an idea, guys, of when the National Weather Service expects this threat to kind of decrease a little bit in terms of your tornadoes. So Columbus, you are still very much under the gun here for these storms as they move through. Let me just give you a look at Cleveland. Someone asked about Cleveland here. Cleveland, you're okay. You're just getting some rain right now. You could get another line behind it. I think, honestly, in Cleveland, the most concerning thing, and I'm not even going to really say concerning, is flooding, right? You're going to get a couple of rounds of rain in Cleveland, but the first line kind of moves through here.
2,406 super chatted $49.99. LJ. Thanks for the updates, buddy. How's it looking up south of Mansfield? Wow. Can I get a shout out for Zara and Vigo?
Absolutely. Massive shout out to Wham, who just chimed in the chat here. I will absolutely concentrate on Mansfield. And guys, let's do Zara and Vega. Thank you for joining the stream. Massive shout out to both Zara and Vega. Thank you for joining the stream. Massive W to you both. Keep crushing it here.
Thanks for
all right, let's go back to the main stream here.
Mate. A dingo ate my baby.
Okay. We're gonna have to work on that animation there. Are we chalked in Southwest Ohio? Let's look at Mansfield. Massive shout out once again to Wham. Let's take a look at Mansfield and see. Mansfield, you're doing okay. Right now, the tornado warned storm that is still a tornado warned storm is just to your north. So the good news in Mansfield, right now you're just going to get some rain, maybe some wind, and you're likely going to get another round of showers and storms later tonight. But that second round shouldn't be as potent as the first round. The second round will just be wind, maybe some rain, maybe some lightning. Be a noisy night in Mansfield. You're probably going to get a lot of cloud-to-cloud lightning. As oftentimes behind these storms, you get a lot of lightning that tends to kind of go cloud to cloud. A lot of times, light show for you guys in Mansfield. This in Mount Vernon, you still have a tornado warning in effect once again for Mount Vernon. Let me just check the velocity here. Let's get an eye. Okay, I think we're so far away from the radar here. It is still rotating. It still has a mesocyclone, but I mean, John, when you see something like that, it's probably worth warning, but we can't tell.
Yep. I mean, certainly don't have a view down low, but if you kind of like look through the last several scans, you can almost see that this is becoming rear flank dominant, as we call it. And instead of having that like hook that's sort of wrapped around, you start to see a bit of a rear inflow jet forming. And so you see how it kind of takes on this like concave pattern. And so no longer is the hook particularly like evident. And as you see that thing becoming more, I guess, concave, that's when there's going to be a pretty strong push of wind. So I would say, I guess to some extent you see that hook kind of like cycling in, or what we call occluding, as you play that thing through. But I would anticipate now that there's probably some fairly strong winds and even some development to the southwest of that main supercell. So Mount Vernon probably gearing up for some pretty significant winds with this as well. Probably a little bit less of a tornado threat at the moment, but I certainly think that the winds are going to be formidable for Mount Vernon Nazarene University, a pretty big university through there. And again, you see that hook kind of occlude a little bit as it pulls up into the storm, and then another cell developing to the southwest, probably going to pack a pretty good punch of wind.
Yeah, 100%, John. We talk about, guys, we talk about notches, right? This is a notch. This is a very defined notch. You got inflow working its way in there. We always say notches make NATOs here. Watch what happens to this notch. It lifts up into the storm. So pay attention right in here. See how the notch, when John says occlude means it gets pulled back up into the storm, right? The winds rotate around almost too strongly, and now the storm kind of eats it, right? And now there's no not, you got the inflow here trying to work its way in, but there's no notch for it to do it, right? It's still getting inflow, but that oftentimes means your rotation is weakening a little bit. So that's actually good news for our Mount Vernon brethren. I would, to John's point, you are still right now getting shellacked with hail and wind. And, these winds could be at least 60, maybe 70 miles an hour here. So I would take this storm seriously, get to shelter, just get away from the windows just in case the winds, just in case there is something that tries to spin up here, as this is our only tornado warning in the entire United States right now. We're looking at the side-by-side view to give you an idea. The wind is right here above me, and then the reflectivity, what it looks like on radar, is right next to John. So that's just an idea about what we're looking at right here. Let's go back to the radar. Let's just get an idea. Let's take a look back at our storms to the west. These storms are quickly moving towards Columbus, and I'll be honest, John, from what we can tell, it seems like they're maybe falling apart a little bit. They're kind of looks a little mushed together here. So that tells me maybe they're starting to line out and the wind threat could be picking up. But they did also put a tornado possible tag on these storms.
Yeah, Brady, it looks to me like there's still some discrete cells, right? You see like 3 different cores. Again, we're scanning really high up with these. But wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if these. I need to work on my composure, pal. You're such a champ when it comes to this stuff. No, I mean, there's probably still some discrete aspects, so I'm sure it's spinning. But at this point, I would say it looks primarily like a wind threat. Viewpoints still are not super impressive and hard to say, right? Like we're scanning higher and higher up, but I would anticipate as we get farther south, especially towards like Chillicothe, these things are going to lose their gusto. Even Cincinnati, probably not a huge risk of like truly severe weather, but some gustiness is, we'll call them power showers or gusty showers as they move through over the next couple hours.
I'll be honest, there's a couple trees behind my condo that are really leaning over hard from that windstorm we had roll through. I am just praying right now that these winds just kind of calm down a little bit, because if we get 60 plus winds with how wet it's been too, the root system just can't hold these trees. And these trees just, what normally would take 70 to 80 mile winds to get these trees down is like 50 to 60 right now. So
not good.
A little concerned here.
The Delaware Airport, Brady, just had a sustained wind out of the north-northwest, so behind the front, 29 miles an hour, gusting 37. So 30 or 40 mile an hour winds. Not too crazy, but like you said, with wet soils and some leanage, it still could create some issues potentially.
It could, yeah, because I'll be honest, there's a lot of trees. I was just walking around just earlier today just because I was on a run, and there's a lot of trees that are weakened, right? There's a lot of trees that are bent over from that windstorm that we had rolled through. So I would not be shocked if this is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, per se, for some of these trees. I really hope it's not the trees that are right next to my condo, because that would mean, unfortunately, not good news for the condo. But once again, guys, we're still tracking these storms, as now it's primarily an Ohio threat that we're tracking as these storms move into Columbus. They're going to move into central Ohio, Delaware County pretty quickly here in the next 30 minutes. I would expect these storms to be there. These storms are moving incredibly quickly. This one is still tornado warned. And John, they did just extend the severe thunderstorm warning. I think that means, let's see if there's a tornado. There's still a tornado possible tag, but I think if they're going to issue the warning, they probably will do it the next minute or two, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they've made a decision pretty clearly to not continue the tornado warning, right? They're going to issue severe. The tornado possible is still indicating that this thing has some rotation to it, but it's not surprising, based on what I was saying, that hook kind of got wrapped up into the storm. It's now got a little bit more of like a concave pattern where you can see the push of wind behind the main band of reflectivity. And so I think this is quickly turning into a wind threat. I'd say, Coshocton, square in the center of that, could be in for, at least 60 mile an hour winds. It's just a base severe thunderstorm warning right now. Tough to see how elevated it is as we get later into the evening. you're probably going to get some what we call decoupling. So basically, the storm becomes more elevated, so it's a little harder to mix down the really strong winds. And so I think it's probably the case that in general, we're going to see this thing continue to sort of gradually weaken with eastward extent. Still has a pretty good core on it, all right? And there's another cell just to the east there, heading towards the Panhandle, or I guess, like the northern little tip of West Virginia that's got a good hail core as well. But yeah, I'd say wind is going to be the primary threat from basically Mount Vernon down southeast towards Coshocton, and maybe eventually getting towards like Wheeling, West Virginia area.
Yeah, I agree. And guys, the other thing to think about too, the other thing that kind of gives me a little bit of hope here for our Columbus, but I know we got a lot, guys. If you're in Columbus right now, if you're in Ohio right now, tell me in chat, are hauntings possible? No, Nick Wheeler. Someone ban that man. If you're in Ohio right now, tell me in chat. If you're in Columbus right now, tell me in chat. If you're in Dayton, tell me in chat. If you're in Cincinnati, tell me in chat. But the thing that gives me some hope here for our tornado threat, why I think I'm not too worried about our tornado threat, is look at the winds, right? Look at the winds. They're coming out of the southwest. It's storms are basically moving like this, kind of like this. It's just, you really, to get a tornado that wraps up in here, you got the winds kind of coming down from here, the winds coming down from there. You really got to get, oftentimes more out of the southeast, right? In this kind of setups, though, that, even southwest winds can get it done. But that at least kind of gives me a little bit of hope here that there won't be enough rotation in some of these storms. And also the fact that these storms are now kind of a mass, they're together, that also decreases, it can increase the wind threat, but it decreases the tornado threat often. So if you're in Columbus, I wouldn't be too concerned, but you are likely going to get at least winds of 60, maybe some hail, but we can't get a picture of these storms. The two closest radars that we have, let me just show the stream here. We've got this Cleveland radar, and then we've got this Indianapolis radar. We also have got this kind of Fort Wayne-ish radar as well. So those are our three closest radars. That is not close. This radar is normally the one we would be using here in Wilmington, Ohio. We can't use that. So if I just go to the three radars, let me show you the picture. This one, I mean, you can barely tell what these even are from the Cleveland radar. Let's take a look at the Fort Wayne radar. That's a little bit better, but still, I mean, we can't really tell. That just looks like a blob to me. And then looking at the Indianapolis radar, also just a blob. So we're kind of guessing here of what the storms are. But John, I think it's a pretty good guess. Wind, hail are coming to Columbus in the next 30 minutes here. I would expect these storms to be on the Columbus doorstep, and they're going to sweep through pretty fast.
Yep, definitely agree with that. I'm not expecting, quite as much hail or, as big of hail maybe as what we saw. What was that last weekend? Whatever day that was, when there was multiple hailstorms. I'd expect a weakening trend as this thing continues to go on to the south. But yeah, definitely more hail and wind than tornado. Brady, one thing that I was just looking at that's pretty sweet. If you pop over to the Pittsburgh radar, just long press to switch to that Pittsburgh radar, and then turn on dual pane with the velocity. It's pretty easy to see the location of the front on the velocity, especially if you kind of loop that thing through. You see the vivid depiction as that front is slamming to the south. And one thing I noticed is that that cell that's headed southeast just to the northwest or the north of Wheeling, it's pretty clear that thing is out ahead of the front.
100%.
And so that thing's still cooking pretty good. Whereas the one farther west that we've been tracking, that's now Coshocton, is probably like anchored to or maybe just behind the front. So I think that's an interesting thing to watch. I mean, eventually that front probably catches the supercell. And give some short-term. One second, kiddo. Got my kiddo who's coming down. Want me to get her all situated. Do you want to say hi to the world here, kiddo? Can you say hi?
Wow! Say hi.
She's got the unicorn robe. What do you think about that?
Go.
Can you say
What's
hi?
Her name?
Aurora is her name.
Aurora. Hi, Aurora.
How about that? But anyway, I think it'll be interesting to kind of watch how that all evolves, and it's also fun to look at the state college radar. You can really see that cold front kind of slamming down on velocity, especially. You switch over to that thing. Just fascinating to watch these kinds of.
Yeah. And guys, it's so important to be able to track where the front is, because along that front is where, out in front of that front is where you have your greatest tornado threat, because you still have winds coming from the south, right? Behind the front, you're going to have winds coming from the north, right? Winds up here coming that way. So if your storm is behind the front, you're not going to get that inflow into that storm that you need to produce a tornado. So this storm, of all the ones that we've looked at, probably this is just the west of Pittsburgh here. Let's go back to reflectivity here. This one, and I tell you what, I do not like that little notch there. You see this storm that's kind of curving around like that you never want to see that, because you know that means inflow is working its way into the storm. It's shaping the storm here into that upside down U. That one is still got big time hail of a half an inch, or 1.5 inches, and potentially is going to try to rotate here. So I wouldn't be surprised if I take a look at velocity. Really not much, actually. But of all the storms that we have, that one's probably got the best chance of trying to produce something. Whether that's, I don't think it's a tornado just yet, but it definitely has a chance. This storm back in Coshocton, still severe thunderstorm warned, and it does not look like they're going to extend this tornado warning. Now, they still have a tornado possible tag on the severe thunderstorm, but if we take a look at the velocity here, this thing, to John's point, is looking pretty straight line, right? You can almost see on velocity, it's kind of bowing out here, right? See, this kind of looks like a bow and arrow right in there. Once you see it, you can't unsee it here. There's the bow and arrow. There's the arrow coming through there. But that's why we call it a bow. And when it tends to bow out, the tornado threat, at least in the short term, kind of tends to go down. So that's good news for our brother in Coshocton. You still are going to get walloped here by a pretty good storm. Wind to 60, hail at least 1.25 inches. But it looks like potentially this storm is, losing some of its tornado threat. Now the storm's back here in Columbus. Once again, if we zoom out and show you the big picture here, we are down to 3 severe thunderstorm warnings here. We've got this one in Wheeling. We've got this one in eastern Ohio. And we've got this one in western Ohio here. So these storms are going to continue moving through, and they're about to hit us. Connor, do you see any? Yeah, that'd be a bummer. Although my mom's got a generator, so we could cook, and she's like right on the corner. But keep an eye on those trees out there too. If you see any trees that we don't need any trees falling down on the house. So
Yo, Brady.
Really?
This dude doesn't listen to me. Can you believe this, John?
I see you, pal.
Put it up.
I'll try to get him to advocate. Connor is his first love, so we're just like,
Apparently.
What's going on?
What?
I'm a good host.
Brady.
I got a host.
Do you check your phone, bro?
Not while I'm live.
Can you check it?
Okay.
I texted you.
It's called show business, Stu. Okay, show business.
I gotta carry the stream, brother. I can't.
Prima donnas. All right.
I've got lightning over here too.
Hold on.
I've actually had a couple of sky crawlers out here. Actually.
I don't see a text.
Bro, I literally texted you.
I don't see it.
Bro, okay, I'll text you again then.
Hold on.
Yeah, it probably looks pretty sweet from like Coshocton looking northwest right now. Tons of lightning, and I bet there's a pretty good shelf on that thing.
Oh yeah, big time.
All right, I just sent you another text.
Okay, I'll see if it comes through. My basement's kind of cooked. I would almost guarantee you that there's a pretty good shelf cloud rolling through Ohio. Mm-hmm. And why is Chappie chanting free Chappie? We didn't ban Chappie. Chappie is a mod, so he has not been banned.
Everyone chant make Stu blue.
Stu, I'll make you a mod. Sure, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Chappie said he doesn't want to be a mod anymore anyway, so John, you want to be a mod?
No,
a mod
thanks.
for you. And a mod for you.
You get a mod, and you get a mod, and you get a
You
mod.
get a mod. You get a mod.
Okay,
That's right.
well, Brady, respond to that text message when you can, but my phone's at
Okay.
17, so I'm going to go.
Okay, when I get it, I will respond. I still have not gotten a text.
I'll text you on Discord then. You'll see that one.
Okay.
Bye, Stu.
Bye.
Bye, Stu. Okay, so once again, chat, if you're just... No, I'm not streaming shirtless, Sean. Connor made me wear a green shirt today on stream because it said, look, it says Connor Croft on it. See, he made me, and he said I had to wear it. It's in the contract. I have to wear the green Connor Croft shirt. So that's why I'm wearing it today and why it looks like I'm headless. But I, in fact, do have a head. And I have arms and I have legs. So that is confirmed. Anyway, John, we're tracking. If you're just joining us, guys, the threat looks like it's going down, which is fantastic news. If you are in Columbus, if you are in Ohio, if you are here in the great state of Ohio, tell me in chat. Say I'm an Ohio brethren right now. And someone ban that man, Nick Wheeler. Someone ban him. Give him a 10-second ban in chat. I'm not joining. I'm not selling out to join Big Weather. Okay, it's unbelievable. But we can kind of have fun a little bit, John, because the threat's kind of decreasing a little bit, which is great news for our Ohio brethren.
Bop over to the observations tab and check out like the HER or RTMA 2-meter temperature. Pretty striking temperature gradient here setting up.
Wow.
Look at that thing.
Oh,
I mean, all the way over to like even Kansas, Oklahoma Panhandle. Like, check out how intense it is over there. You're talking like,
oh, mama,
like so sharp.
Yeah,
Really,
guys,
really vivid.
What we're looking at here, this is the last, really kind of 24 hours. We're just kind of looping through the last couple of hours here. This is observations. This gives you an idea. We talked about. We talked about the cold front. My hamstrings are like incredibly sore, and so every time I like get down, it's just it hurts.
We're so swole. We're so swole, Brady.
I cleaned up. I finally got outside and cleaned up my yard with all the debris that happened after that 60-mile-an-hour windstorm, and so I was doing a lot of squatting, and now my legs are cooked. But I skipped leg day for 20 years, so I'm now reaping the cost here. But this is the cold front, guys, and I tell you what, if you're in any of these states here, you are going to feel it tomorrow. What your temperature is in Kansas City, 94. Now you're at 70, and that temperature is going to continue to plummet. Columbus, Ohio, you're at 77 right now. You are incredibly warm. I kind of want to go take a run, to be honest. And I love taking night runs when there's thunderstorms out. But you are going to be in the 30s and 40s tomorrow. Lima, Ohio, you're in the 50s and 60s. That's what is causing all of these storms, is this cold front that's pushing to the south. I will almost certainly make an animation tonight with some night. I always do the Night of the Wolf music. It's like ha 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 ha. I always do that, and it always gets the people going on Facebook. But
I love it.
We're gonna be doing that later tonight. So look for that video coming out. But that's the cause of all of this. I'm actually curious the dew points as well. I'm curious, John, if they got to how high. We talked about potentially
sufficient
60 plus dew points. Looks like they did. Yeah, these storms are hella efficient.
Yep, definitely. Did pretty good. Got some good moisture return. As typical, Central PA missed out on the best moisture as we do.
Classic.
So we never quite realized the fun. But the enhanced just went to the Ohio PA border and pretty well forecast by SPC here.
100%. They nailed it.
Yep.
I would go.
We both broke there for a second. I'm just coping with the idea that we're going to have to experience winter again. By Saturday morning, it's going to be so cold, and I'm over it.
To me.
Seriously, though, man, it's brutal. I'm not interested.
Yeah, chat. The temperatures, you do not want to see this here. The temperatures that we're looking at let's just go back. And then we're going to go right back to the radar here, guys. The threat is decreasing on radar, which is good news. The temperatures Saturday, let's just go Saturday morning here. We're talking about the 20s in Michigan, where I'm going to be at. We're talking about, teens in Iowa. This is actual temperatures in Ohio. 30s. In Pennsylvania, John, you'll be in the 20s.
I'm not interested, Brady. Send it back.
Insane. Yeah. It's chalked.
Hopefully winter's last breath. It seems like things are going to crank up. Actually, this is a good chance to showcase a yet to be released thing, assuming you've updated. Go to the Outlooks tab and pull up Climate Prediction Center. Outlooks.
Let's see. Wait, Outlooks. Oh! Whoa!
Look at that.
Mama.
How about
wow.
it? Pre-warned.
Guys, this is so what this is, guys. This is the Climate Prediction Center. This is for April 1st through the 5th. Notice how the eastern U.S., that red, what does red mean? Red means warm. So that means our eastern U.S. brethren going to be cooking here, which we've been due. I need some sustained warmth here because I can't take it anymore. I really can't take it here in the eastern U.S. I need some warmth. I need to be able to get out and run, just kind of cook. That's just insane. But that is pretty cool. So that's the 8th to 4th. Even the second week of April here, eastern U.S. will be cooking. And that is great news, John, for us brethren who've been just nonstop cold for basically January on.
Well, and you can even see the implied kind of western U.S. trough, which for the severe weather aficionados and chasers, that's a optimistic pattern for the ability to get out and chase with a western trough coming in and plenty of ejecting chances for storms the first couple weeks in April. It's rather interesting. But yeah, I'm excited for some warm weather. I'm ready to get out and mow the grass, Brady. That's what I'm most excited about.
Me too. Yeah, I am. Although I'm pretty sure I paid this like HOA. I hope they do it because I really would be cooked if I had to mow the grass. That would.
I feel like you'll be fine in your condo. They'll probably take care of it for you.
That would be cooked. They don't.
Are you the youngest person? Are you the youngest person by far that lives in your
far
complex? I was going to say. Yeah.
I literally had to when the snow happened here. I was getting texts from a lot of the people here like, please come help.
Right.
Me. We're stuck.
Yep.
We're
our hero.
We need to
Stormcat 5. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And if anyone from my condo association is watching right now, I love you. Huge shout out to all the people in our community. You guys are awesome.
Do you have any grumpy neighbors that are going to call the cops
my
on you
neighbors
for
are actually
noise violations?
Awesome. My neighbors are actually awesome. Yeah, there's no noise complaints. The noise complaints are basically non-existent anymore, which is incredible news. It's incredible news. So, all right, guys, just really quickly checking back on the radar here. The things are improving quickly. This is what you want to see. Our Coshocton brethren, they are going to allow that tornado warning to expire. You may still be hearing the sirens in Mount Vernon. The threat has passed in Mount Vernon. Coshocton, you're still going to get hit with a pretty gnarly storm here in Coshocton, Ohio. Warsaw, you're getting hit with a storm that's dropping winds 60 mile an hour and then 1.25 inches here on your hail. To the south, in Columbus as well, we've got this storm that's still moving through. I'll be honest, John, they have not extended this severe thunderstorm warning, and I don't even know if they will. I mean, it's just not looking that impressive.
Probably not all that impressive. Nope. Or the Urbana airport. I guess the report hasn't quite come in yet, but nothing super noteworthy from a gust standpoint. And wouldn't think that at this point, based on what I'm seeing, that severe thunderstorm warning would be extended downstream.
Okay.
Good news for your trees.
Yeah, that would be fantastic news because I don't know if I could take it. That would be unfortunate for the trees here. But that is with this particular storm. They did just trim the warning here. So I think that means they're probably going to allow this to expire, which is great news. Someone banned Sean O'Reilly. He just said, take off your shirt. I'm not taking off the shirt, Sean. I don't do that here. We don't do that here. Ban him for at least 10 seconds. Absolutely. But Columbus, Ohio, once again, you're about to get these storms. I think the biggest thing with this is going to be flooding. And John, let me just check the latest HRRR here. Okay, guys, this is why I love Weatherfront. I've been doing this coverage for almost 2 hours now. I haven't had to leave the app. I mean, it's awesome. You literally pretty much everything out of this app. This will give us an idea about how this is going to progress tonight, guys. And notice this is 9, 10 p.m. It does have the storms rolling through. Look behind it. We've got a couple of other waves potentially. Actually, let me look at the latest. Don't think I'm looking at the 0Z. Here's the 0Z. You'll notice a couple of waves of storms that roll through. And so flooding actually could be a big concern here. And I'm not saying like a massive concern, but enough to be able to, cause maybe some road closures, some ponding on roadways. Absolutely. Because basically from now, we've got this round, you've got another wave that moves through. In Columbus, you're going to be right in the heart of this. Indianapolis, right in the heart of this. Even into West Virginia, Morgantown, also in the heart of this. The rain starts around 11 p.m. and continues on and off until basically 6 a.m. If we look at how much is accumulated here, guys, we're talking about 1 inch to 2 inches of rain. And when you have that kind of rain, that isn't an astronomical amount, but that is enough to cause flooding. So I think, John, that's probably going to be the biggest threat later tonight is the flooding. Actually,
I didn't catch it, Brady, but the WPC just put out a slight risk excessive rainfall outlook. You can actually overlay it. So this is another new thing coming out in the next version of Weatherfront. If you go down to Outlooks, turn on Outlooks, and then toggle on WPC RO. Go and toggle off the SPC Outlooks for now because we don't need to clutter them up. But there it is, a slight risk. You can see right in that quarter that you're talking about.
Guys, let me show you. You'll be able to see here when I go back. See this yellow circle right here. That's centered from Pittsburgh through central Ohio. And I'll be honest, guys, I looked at this yesterday and I was like, there's going to be some flooding here. So they've now upgraded the flooding risk for tonight. That slight risk, it's not, it's not catastrophic, John, but the slight risk is enough where, we've already had a lot of water in this area, right? We had a foot of snow on the ground that melted, and then we've had on and off rain for the past month here. So the ground is already saturated. We're going to get another 1 inch to 2 inches in this region in a very short amount of time. You will absolutely have some flooding that happens there.
No doubt. Yeah. It'll be interesting to kind of watch how this all evolves. Yeah. Cause literally, WPC just upgraded that about 8:50 Eastern time. So 40 minutes ago or so. Another thing that'll be kind of interesting to watch, it's not doing all that much right now, but in Weatherfront, if you guys have it, it's free to download. If you start the 7-day free trial for the MRMS product, you can track like the ratio between how much rain has fallen and flash flood guidance, which is how much rain it takes to flood. And as you watch that thing kind of ramp up overnight, it'll show you kind of where the likelihood of flooding will be. Now, that MRMS product is probably going to be a little bit askew as long as the radar is down because it's not pulling in that Wilmington radar. And so that's another sort of limitation of everything that's going on tonight. But no doubt this will turn into a flooding concern as we get this main batch of the front that comes through. And then it looks like there's some, scattered thunderstorms behind it that'll continue to produce some rain. Many people out west would love the rain. Ohio doesn't necessarily need it, but that's kind of how these things work. It seems like the rich get richer, the poor get poorer.
Yeah, I agree. Someone just said, where is the tornado news for Mount Vernon? I'll be honest, they've dropped the tornado warning. If you're in Mount Vernon, you're good, right? You're just going to get some rain. So they've dropped the tornado warning. And I'll be honest, we can't tell for sure with the radar situation whether or not there was a tornado on the ground. But from what I saw, I don't think if there was something, it would have been brief and weak, which is good news. So I think, if you're in Mount Vernon, you're pretty good now. The rest of the night, likely just going to be severe thunderstorm, probably more just rain and wind as you're now north of the front here. So your temperatures are going to fall rapidly tonight. A cold, wet, windy rain with some lightning is probably going to be the night here. Columbus, you're about to get some rain. This is now, guys, look at this. We're way far away from radar here, but I think we're now just in almost like a blob of rain now that's moving, right along the front. So I actually think the storms, the quote unquote storms, are now in Delaware County, in Westerville. Someone just said in the chat that we saw that we were having wind in Hilliard. So it does look like the storms are arriving in Columbus right now. I say storms in quotation marks because, John, these things are falling apart like rapidly. as they move.
Yeah,
south.
they're definitely becoming elevated. This is the kind of night where you're going to have a lot of thunder and lightning, and kind of like long rumbles of thunder as well. I'd expect as the night goes on, because the boundary layer is going to cool off. You're going to get a temperature inversion. You're just going to hear these like really long rumbles of thunder. So a lot of bark, not a lot of bite yet, except for those couple storms that still have warnings on them in eastern Ohio.
100%. Purdue just won. That is fantastic news for my bracket. Purdue just won. Iowa. Did Iowa also win? Unbelievable. Yeah, massive shout out to the Mots. That is just crazy. You can see my bald spot on radar. The chat is getting to their chalked mode, John. They sense the threat decreasing, and they're starting to. They're starting. They're
getting personal. All this guy does is keep you all safe, and now you're coming at him about his bald spot. That's just like
I know.
Uncalled for, man. Unbelievable.
I know. It's unbelievable. But
the bad news is, if Iowa beat Nebraska, that means Weatherfront's down bad, because Dylan, the developer, one of our co-founders, he's a Nebraska Cornhusker.
Oh no!
So it's a tough night for Cornhusker faithful. Although Nebraska had their first 2 NCAA tournament wins ever last Thursday, last Saturday. So like, it's good to be a Nebraska Cornhusker.
Had a good run.
Yeah, but like another thing, Brady, did you realize that like Iowa and Nebraska hate each other? Like the schools, there's like a rivalry.
I did not.
I had no idea. It was like getting savage. It's certainly not like Ohio State and that team up north. You know, that's like the greatest rivalry in all of sports.
For sure.
No questions asked. But like, I didn't know Iowa and Nebraska had such vitriol towards one another. Kind of wild.
It's insane. Yeah, chat. I don't get it. If you're from Ohio, if you're from Nebraska, maybe someone can explain it to me. But I don't get it here.
They probably is it because they like argue who grows the best corn? Is that kind of how things work? That's derogatory. And Nebraskans and Iowans are great. I'm sure it's not helpful.
Man. That's great. This is a camera in Deschler, Ohio, guys, which is I think Deschler. Remind me. Let's see. Deschler, Ohio is in northern Ohio, and this is going to be across all of Ohio. This will be your night tonight, guys. This is what tonight's going to look like. Rain, a little bit of wind, and lightning. I was noticing, I had this camera pulled up. I noticed a lot of lightning in this camera over and over and over again. That's the night. Of course, as soon as I go on the camera, there's no lightning. That's how this whole deal works. But there will be a lot of cloud to cloud lightning in Ohio, in Indiana, even in Pennsylvania. So a noisy night. This is a Thursday night here, and a lot of people are trying to go to bed, trying to get up early, Friday morning, get the work done. I would not be shocked if a lot of you are woken up several times tonight by the thunder as this, kind of line of storms move. John, of course, that's classic TV moment right there, where as soon as you put it on the camera, the lightning just stops.
It's just done. It's just over.
Yep. It's over.
It's taunting you now.
Yep. I literally saw 4 flashes, like back to back in like a minute. And as soon as I go to it, it's like, nope, we're just not going to do it.
See ya. Sorry, pal.
It's
that's
just unfortunate here.
Too bad. Honestly, this weather's great for sleeping. I mean, I love some nice torrential rain every once in a while, some rumbles of thunder that are harmless.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Cold front's about to go through my house in State College, too. We're at like 72 right now, and about to, pretty.
Yeah, John, look at this. You're going to have some gusty winds. See this little, that's the cold front right there. You can see, you'll notice with the storms kind of look a little bit heavier. They look a little bit stronger right there. A little bit kind of deformed there. Winds are kind of just deforming the heck out of these. And oh my God, I literally just saw a massive bolt on the other screen. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, but we believe you, Brady. We totally believe you.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull up the base velocity on the State College radar. It looks pretty sweet. You can kind of see the line coming through. It'll be even better in like another 10 minutes when this thing crosses. So like, I don't mean to steal the show here, Brady, but like velocity. Green is towards the radar.
Keep talking. I'm going to use this as a time to use the quick. I can still hear you. I'm going to use bio break.
Yeah, totally. So like green is towards the radar, red is away from the radar, and so to the south of that front, you can see the winds are like southwesterly. Bottom left to top.
Right arrow emoji. Cut of meat emoji. Cut of meat emoji.
Tornado is spitting back the meat fun. Okay, go ahead.
This is incredible. All right, back to your regular scheduled programming. Southwesterly winds ahead of the front, And as this front goes through, you're going to see the wind shift around to like probably like the north or the northeast. And so we might have like a total flip here where like the green and the red totally flip places. So it'll be pretty interesting to watch here moving forward. I love wind shifts as they're going right across the radar. It just makes for a really fascinating spectacle here. So all sorts of stuff to look at again in Weatherfront, and encourage you guys, if you haven't downloaded it, check it out. It's free to download for iOS. We're coming to Android and desktop at some point in the future. Still building towards it. We haven't forgotten our Android friends. It's just we're trying to really optimize the app for particular devices, and so we code in a particular language, and definitely want to get Android support added. But encourage you, look, find an iPhone. The phone I'm using right now is an Android. That's the one that has data on it. And then I have my iPhone right here, so I've been, tracking and looking at all the stuff that Brady's looking at to just kind of see what's going on and keep up with the weather. But yeah, really, really fascinating event here to scope out and kind of see how everything's rocking and rolling.
Yeah, John, this is a classic. It's a really interesting event. And guys, I'll just give you a quick update for our Columbus brethren. I know we've got some people here that are watching from Columbus. This is great news here. The storms, the severe thunderstorm warnings have pretty much, they still have this warning up, but they did not extend the warning to Columbus. So if you're in Columbus, you can keep watching if you want, but if you were watching because you were trying to be safe, I think you're good to probably turn the sports back on, because Columbus is looking very good right now in terms of just rain, maybe some wind. Thank goodness the trees won't be coming down. If you're in Coshocton, Cambridge, still severe thunderstorm warning, massive lightning strike on the other monitor. I'm pissed. That was huge. I missed it again. But if you're in Cambridge, Coshocton, this is probably in all of Ohio, this is probably the one area where I'm most quote unquote concerned about. More just concerned for wind and some rain, winds to 60 miles an hour. That's enough to knock down some trees and hail, an inch and a quarter here as well. So that's great news. But else than that, guys, I mean, the threat has rapidly decreased here. And you notice that front sweeping through the wind direction, coming down like this. And then you've got your winds coming up like this. Here's your front right through there. So that's awesome that you can look at that on Weatherfront. But John, I mean, this type of setup is something northwest flow, something we don't, we normally only kind of see in the summer. The pattern is just almost like a late June mega ridge pattern. And it's happening in March, and this is what we get.
Totally. Yeah, it's been really anomalous, pretty active, very, very warm as it ridge shifts to the east. And we'll get, like I said, one more course correction, it looks like, before probably starting to really moderate across the eastern U.S. Yeah, really, really interesting. It's not often you see this stark of a wind shift. North of Columbus, they're near Lima, and even in Kenton, the winds are almost out of the due east, and then south of Columbus, they're out of the west-southwest. So, it's a pretty impressive wind shift across. That's how you can get such a tight gradient, right? Because you've got kind of this deformation zone along the front that it causes that really tight gradient, and big changes coming after you get behind the front for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And guys, this is great news for our Columbus brother, and great news for our Indianapolis brother. And we still have some storms, actually some pretty nasty storms in Illinois. So if you are tuning in from Illinois, we do still have some severe thunderstorms out there as well. So heads up there. But in Ohio, the threat is decreasing. And I actually kind of want to go eat my food. So why don't let's just do a quick rundown here. I think, guys, the threat decreased significantly. So that's why I feel okay with kind of getting off the air here, because our threat is way, way, way less than it was a short hour ago here, which is fantastic. So I think we're going to wrap. John, anything else you wanted to point out? Anything else you wanted to bring up here? Guys, by the way, John, National Weather Meteorologist and co-founder of Weatherfront. So John is kind of the GOAT here.
I don't know about
it's
that,
not John. I went to school with John, by the way, guys, and
that's right.
I always knew he was, out of all of us in the class, John was the guy that we're like, he's going to do big things. So that John was always that guy. So I'm not surprised that he is doing big things. Well,
here's the thing, and Brady was always the smart class clown, so he's perfect in this role. like the dude that's just kind of gooning or goofing around and having a good time. So
Correct.
yeah, I love Brady. I mean, honestly, like change is coming, right? Getting colder this weekend, and then all eyes are on the early April for more active severe weather patterns. So definitely be remiss if I didn't say download Weatherfront, check it out. Send feedback as you want it, but appreciate you, Brady, having me on again tonight. I'm gonna turn on some basketball, I think, and then I got to be at work at 7 a.m. So gonna try to get some sleep here in a little while.
Good. Wow.
Yep.
That is not good. Well, John, thank you once again for joining us, guys. I want all 220 of you that are somehow still watching this show to
Unbelievable.
spam W John in chat right now.
Oh,
W
brother.
John or W Weatherfront. Spam them both right now,
WWF.
guys.
That's right.
That's right. I want to see
Also,
those
download
W's
Weatherfront.
fly.
Download Weatherfront. Check it out. It's a great time to track the storms. Long press anywhere on the map to switch to the closest radar. Definitely gotta scope that out. It's a pretty nifty feature.
The chat is flying right now. Great work, chat. Oh, just missed another unbelievable lightning strike. Unbelievable. Oh, that's probably happening outside my house. It's John, thank you once again for joining us. W's.
Yeah, dog.
Have a good one.
Appreciate you. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.
Yep. God bless you, John. All right, guys. That's about it. Let's find someone to raid. I'm going on raid patrol. Who are we going to raid now? Let's see. We've got Brandon Kopic still alive. He's got 1.4 thousand people watching. So that's a lot of people. He might not even notice if we raid him. Tornado Pagey is still chasing. We could raid her. She's actually pretty awesome. She's raided us a couple of times. Let's do Pagey. Pagey will be great. I would raid Brandon Kopic, but it wouldn't even matter for him because he's already got a ton of people. Let's see. Let's go raid. Let's raid Pagey. Tell us about Capucci. No updates on Capucci, guys. I am making a summary. Capucci it looks like he's kind of, well, actually the update on Capucci, he might be making amends here with the government of Saudi Arabia, which is fantastic. That is unbelievable. Discord. Okay. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me just set this right up. And then I got to go get my chicken too. I got some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh no. I didn't set it to subscribers. What am I doing? Did I even monetize this? Oh no. I forgot to monetize it. I guess it's great for you guys, but no money for me. Dang it. Oh my F. Oh. That chat, when I monetize it, that's how I get paid for this, but I don't get paid a lot, to be honest. YouTube barely pays. They probably pay me, probably maybe get $10 a stream for like a 4-hour stream, isn't that insane? I stream for 4 hours and YouTube pays me $10. That's crazy. Okay. Let's go here. That's why, guys, I appreciate all your donations because we're kind of like NPR, right? Public radio. We're pretty much just supported by viewers like you, right? Because YouTube doesn't, unless I have like a lot of money, unless I have a lot of viewers, they don't pay great. So, but all right, let me pull this up real quick. Let's see. Okay, we got the page raid set up. Now, chat wants me to pull up Discord. Hold on. New song. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, let me pull up Discord. Okay, Discord pictures. Okay, I'm gonna screen these, chat. I'm gonna screen these first because you guys have had some chalk moments here. Chat, I will say, great work tonight. Okay, we kind of were able to lock in a little bit, and we kind of were able to hone it in. And, chat, you guys did a great job tonight. Just in the future, know where that line is. Especially, when mom's watching, we don't want to be too inappropriate. We don't want to be too, weirdly sexual. It was a great job tonight. So great work tonight. More of that in the future. All right. Let's look. Okay, here we go. Discord photos coming in hot. Hottest temperature in the country here is in Oklahoma. Up Beaver, Oklahoma. Classic. Hottest temperature in the country. Beaver, Oklahoma, 103. Yikes. That's hot. Brady on Connor Shrimp. Mason. He's trying to say I don't have a body because of the green screen, I think. Bro, why is Storm Turtle taking pictures of my non-existent bald spot? Connor was here. He said I didn't have a bald spot, chat. Oh, man. I know. Connor does instigate it. Yeah, he does. Wow. This is lightning photo. R. Patterson. Dude, this dude absolutely cooks with he sends his, Cat 102 as well at 103, Stormcat 102, Stormcat 103. This is unbelievable. How did you get this photo? This is incredible. You better tweet this out, brother. This is going to viral. This is insane. Just insane. Wow. Cool. Massive, guys, massive W to R. Patterson. That lighting photo is epic. Okay. Bald. Stu's bald. Stu is bald. He's bald. Wow. Oh. Okay, I will, Stu. Hold on. That was it. That was all the photos, I think. Was it? Yeah. That was it, guys. That was all the Discord photos. Unbelievable. Stu, bald Stu. Just absolutely chalked. All right, guys. The raid is set up. We're going to go raid Pagey. And massive shout out to everyone that watched this stream. Today we locked in a little bit. I'm going to go eat my fried chicken. Okay. They are sent by Discord, Stormy JP. Join our Discord in the on-stream media. We will continue to look at those as we go. Guys, great work today, chat. Amazing work. We were locked in, and we had an unbelievable stream. We tracked these storms as they rolled through Ohio. I'm going to go watch the lightning now at Ohio, which is going to be epic, and I'm going to eat some fried chicken. So that's all I got for you today. What I want you to do is find someone. Tell them you love them. Tell them you care about them. Do something nice for someone today. I'm going to tell Connor and Brandon to come down and harmonize with us real quick. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is Pagey rating me? Wait, tell me I'm not getting rated by Tornado Pagey. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's not good. Hold on. I'm finding out if Paige is rating me. Bro, she's rating me. Dang it. Bro, I was about to rate her. Bro, no way. She literally Tornado Pagey. If you're just joining us, I was about to go raid Tornado Pagey, but she raided me before I could do it. Oh, no. Massive shout out to Tornado Pagey, who just raided me. Welcome all the viewers of Tornado Pagey. I was just setting up a raid to raid them right now as we speak. So once again, if you're just joining us, I almost got caught in the loop of I was going to raid her, she was going to raid me. I don't know what would have happened if that would have happened. If I would have raided her at the same time as raiding me, that could have caused some sort of wormhole experience here on YouTube. That's unbelievable. Well, chat, you're just in time to hear me end the stream and sing. So if you're just joining us for the first time here on this channel, thank you for the raid. Massive W to Tornado Pagey. Please smash that subscribe button. That helps me out tremendously. Now we need to find someone to raid. Let's see. Who do we want to raid? Pennsylvania Storm Trackers is live. We could raid them. We could also raid WX Cast, who has 2 people watching him. So that would be, that would pretty much change the trajectory of his channel. Or we could raid Brandon Kopic. Or we could raid Vince Welty. Right now, tell me in chat who you want to raid. Let's see. Whoever gets the most votes here. I will raid. Do we want to raid Brandon? Do we want to raid... and by the way, guys, Bryce and Paige are two of the nicest, best people ever. So thank you to them. Massive W to them. Brandon just ended. Okay. The 2-viewer guy. Do we want to raid 2-viewer guy? 2-viewer guy. Or do we want to raid PA Storm Trackers? We do raid PA Storm Trackers a lot. So, but the PA Storm Trackers will probably be a little bit more engaging. Okay, new poll. Vote now. Do we want to raid 2-viewer guy, or do we want to raid PA Storm Trackers? Copic, someone just said Copic just ended. 2-viewer guy. The chat, keep voting. I'll give it another second. And then we're going to do our ending song. If you're just joining us from Paige's stream once again, Paige just raided me. I was about to raid her. She beat me to the punch here. So massive shout out to Paige and Bryce for the raid. But I am going to go raid someone else because I've got hot chicken waiting for me upstairs. And Connor Croft and Brandon Payne are upstairs. I'm going to go make sure they're not destroying the house. That would be unfortunate. All right. 2-viewer guy is winning. All right. We will raid PA Storm Trackers in the future. I am going to raid this guy. Right here, the 2-viewer guy. Let's raid him. That'll be. Guys, go show him a lot of love, okay? Go show him a lot of love. This is a guy that he puts in a lot of work, and I think he's been streaming for over 5 hours now, and he has 2 people watching him. That is called dedication, guys. And so let's go show him. There's a lot of love here, and give him. Make tonight be a night that he remembers. All right. Wow, I have to take away Paige and Bryce's stream because their stream is now over. So let's see. Wait. Okay. All right. The raid is set up. Now, let's raid this guy. Once again, thank you all for everyone that joined us. Massive shout out to Paige and Bryce who raided me, and to Stu, and to everyone that was on this show. All I got to say, guys, is find someone. Tell them you love them. Tell them you care about them. Do something nice for someone today. The next time we go live will probably be next week. I'm going to Michigan tomorrow, and then I'll be back next week. So I'm going to that baby shower. I don't know why I'm invited to a baby shower, but I was. So I'm going. So you're probably just going to be drinking beers and watching basketball. But that's all I got, guys. This is Stormcat 5. Thank you all for the donations, the new members, the new subscribers. Welcome to the family, and I will see you on the next one. Holy shit, bro, get that away from me. That's a frog. Bro, no, get that out. Look. Get that out. Bro. No, I don't want him in my condo. Look at him. Bro. No, bro, he's gonna hop. Yo, I gotta sing, bro.
Look, chat. Found a frog outside.
Bro. Yo,
Not the frog. It's
he's gonna hop around my house.
What are we gonna name him? We gotta get the song.
Let's name him Covered Crutches. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna put this on. You guys gotta harmonize with me. Right? Wait. Can you hear it? Wait, why can't I hear it? Harmonize at the end. The headphones away. We're singing. We're supposed to be singing right now. No, hold on. I can't hear it. We gotta harmonize the end, chat. Can you guys sing the song? I was supposed to sing the song, but you guys messed up my mojo. Now I gotta think of my lyrics. No, I come up with all of them. What do you mean? I normally freestyle, but I can't. We're already at the end. Hold on. No, bro. Hold on. Someone, all right. Wait, hold on. We're at the end. Are you go high or you go low? Oh my god! Stop it, bro! There's a frog in my basement. We gotta sing. Oh my god, dude! Get him out! I can't do this. Oh.
We're saying goodbye to the frog. We're gonna let him go. He's gonna.
No! That was a frog. It was a frog, Fuzzy. It was a frog. They just have a frog in the house. I can't do that. If that thing ekes its slime anywhere, that's a problem. Oh my God, they're bringing it back. No.